It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't.
Hello there.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Please take a moment to read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Take your time, please. Okay, then share the broadcast, invite others, like invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, tell them Mayegun today.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ dodo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í.
Ó ti dé.
Happy holidays to those of you who are indeed having happy times. But we are not starting the broadcaster tonight with you, because as you are celebrating your holidays, others are burying their loved ones. We are starting on that note. Sorry. Plateau states, the Middlebelt part of Nigeria has witnessed a never seen before genocide since the APC Egbekegbe came to power. Bloodshed. On the eve of Christmas, over 400 innocent people were slaughtered needlessly, unprovoked, by the armed Fulani terrorists. Back in Ladi, Boko's local government areas, over 40 communities were ransacked. Women, children were slaughtered. Thousands were made homeless. Over 200 buildings were razed down. Unprovoked, the jihad is not gone. Motide. So good afternoon to you, good morning to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. I know that some of us are currently in joyous mood, happy with our families, having good time, being grateful for an eventful year, but still alive, and then getting yourselves and your families prepared for 2024. Well, the story is not the same in Plateau State, especially in the last 72 hours. Dear Governor.
While we were preparing for Christmas, these terrorists, these criminals descended on our people again in various communities. I regret to inform you that as at this morning, we probably have had a harvest of deaths in excess of 100. We have buried not less than 15 people in Mangu local government, and in Bokos, it's 100 and still counting, minus those who are missing that we cannot account for at the moment. Also, not less than 17 communities have been completely burned down, and those who survived are presently in IDP, in the temporary IDP camp, particularly in Bokos, and it's been a great tragedy. What have we done to be able to get to this point before this current crisis? We resorted to both kinetic and non-kinetic strategies. For the non-kinetic, we got into a lot of community engagements, trying to unravel remote and immediate causes of the crisis. We've been able to sit down at various levels with community leaders. And that worked. It worked to a large extent because they saw our sincerity. They saw our determination to change the narrative, that we didn't just come to have these discussions as usual, just for political correctness. We were able to get to some of the issues that really touch and affect people. But I must say that this recent action has nothing to do with farmers-herders clash, has nothing to do with religion. This is pure criminality. This is pure terrorism. This is just gruesome murder, on the eve of a revered day of remembrance. It's quite unfortunate.
I am very happy that from the governor himself, from his mouth, he said it is an act of terrorism, but it is historical. And tonight, we are going to go deeper into that. He says some other things before we continue.
I think while there may be seeming lapse, I think the way these particular attacks were coordinated was meant to really be on a monumental scale. At a point, we had distress calls from not less than 36 communities. And even though the reinforcements, some of the reinforcements came a bit late, certainly the responses were able to push back these terrorists. That what we are having now, as bad as it is, we can even say is damage limitation. And so there are many reasons for the slow response of security agencies. Part is the channel of dissemination, part is the terrain from which these distress calls are coming. And, sometimes when you have achieved relative peace, it's natural that you can relax. And so these terrorists looked for ungoverned areas where the security deployment was a bit light or absent. And that was where they started these attacks from. And before we could be able to get the reinforcements to the right places, a lot of damage had been done. I want to be very honest that the GOC particularly, who commands both the 3rd Armored Division and the STF, I think with the kind of support he has had from the Army headquarters, he's been up and doing. And
nuisance lele.
He mentioned ungoverned areas in Plateau State. On Mayegun's Diary Politico, I have repeatedly told you that half, if not more than half, of what is today called the Northern Nigeria is controlled by different terror groups. And you see, these terrorists, they are known to the political class of that Northern Nigeria. Jos, Plateau State, Benue, Southern Kaduna. And then when you begin to look at all of that Middlebelt part, historically, you remember when we were growing up and we were reading all these macMillan books, telling us about Uthman fodo, Amina of Zaria, what other names are those? And they will tell you that they were fighting their enemies. They were fighting, conquering, and they are fighting spirits. Sometimes they'll be fighting ghosts. How many of you, as kids, read some of those ridiculous stories after removing the history from the Nigeria library? They replaced them with fictitious glorification of genocidists, terrorists. Uthman fodo was killing people that he believes, the local people that he met in what is today's Northern Nigeria. He was killing them, slaughtering them, entering villages, burning them down, making himself the head of all those places. They brought them into the macMillan book of children in Nigeria to glorify terrorists called Uthman fodo, a religious extremist, terrorist. Do you know the people they called his enemies he was killing? Christians, Kafirins, infidels, the supposed Nigerians, the locals in their own land, on their own land, who resisted him. It was the people of the Middlebelt of Nigeria of today. They were the shield that protected the rest of the Southern Nigeria from 200 jihadists that the children of Uthman fodo today have deployed other means to weaken us from within. Just like Sekou, my brother, said last night, Abi, the Middlebelt, they have been the receivers. During the Civil War, the genocide of the Sharia North against the Igbos, They were able to convince the Middlebeltans who have resisted every trick in the book of these jihadists, starting from their great-grandfather, Uthman and fodo. They stopped him. And they didn't just stop him. They stopped him with their blood, with their everything. And that was why every political means that they can get to coerce the people of Middlebelt, to make them believe that they are northerners, started kind of a wearing out when Buhari and the Fulani terrorists unleashed terror on them. This is now like a monumental terror that is so different from the different historical terror they have suffered in the hand of Sokoto Caliphate, the internal jihadists, the descendant of fodo. Because you know what happened? Back in the days, they were able to come together and resist them, fight them to death until they pushed them back to the conquered land of where you can call the Sharia North today. The difference this time, Buhari decided to use the instrumentality of Nigeria to disarm them for the Fulani terrorists to kill them. And that was the moment of truth for most of the smart ones in the Middlebelt part of Nigeria today. It was the final stroke, stroke that broke the camel's back. They could no longer be deceived, to be made to believe that they are part of the North. But the jihadists within the northern Nigeria are exterminating them. Now, Buhari is deciding to disarm them for these terrorists. No, we are not northern Nigeria. We are Middlebelt. That argument started under Buhari, the moment of truth, when they realized that they were only sleeping with enemies who are indeed using what they call the takia. Takia is when you will see some of them that sound like they are educated northerners. And they will be telling you, oh, we are not in support of all these things, but you just have to make sure you respect the North for what the North is. What exactly is the North is? Is the North about terrorism? And who are those being murdered? Who are the people who are suffering the genocide? Take a look. They are the indigenous people of the Middlebelt part of Nigeria that haven't taken away their language to some extent. And they've made them to be speaking Hausa here and there. That is the language that makes them feel they want them to use that language to say, oh, we are one. We are the same one. While they are armed terrorists, known terrorists, Islamic jihadist terrorists are slaughtering them, taking over their lands. So in some of this part of Middlebelt that the Fulani terrorists have conquered and they've taken over, they've chased the indigenous people away. That is the place that their governor called ungoverned territory. Ungoverned territory are the areas where the Nigerian military, they don't go to. They know the terrorists are there. They know where they are. They know them. They know all of them one by one. They are like, they have communities. They are not ghosts. But the order from above is that nobody must touch them. Nobody. You don't go there. If you dare go there, you either lose your job or your life. And those who are working in Nigeria intelligence or military and the rest of them, they all know about this. But they are pretending. Why people are being killed and slaughtered though? One of them had this to say. Somebody who is also from that part of where this genocide just took place. See, just earlier this year, some of the people came together, right? And then they kind of formed their own vigilante to defend themselves. Okay? And they made an announcement of it. Baba, 3 days later, Nigeria military went there. They slaughtered all of them. They captured they took their pictures and they flaunted their images on social media that Nigeria military slaughtered over 200 terrorists. You killed people who volunteered to defend themselves, labeled them terrorists. To this day, Shebi they bombed a place in Kaduna the other day. That is making everybody talk, Abi. Baba, Nigeria military went to Plateau State. They slaughtered vigilantes. who are resisting the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists. They killed them and they presented them as terrorists. Watch this.
MD Abdul Salam, he did credibly well for 3 years. The history or the story of killings in battle, they came to a standstill. He was a soldier because he came and he called all the stakeholders involved and said he's there to do his job.
When you say call all the stakeholders involved, that means one thing: these are known people. They know the leaders of some of these people.
Very well, they are not hidden. The security agencies know them very well. We know where they are coming from. We know where they go to when they are attacked. That is not hidden. It's something that has been happening, and most of the times, the good Samaritan among the herders will call and say, these people are coming to attack. At times, the place they will say they were coming to attack, they won't go attack that area, they will go for any vulnerable place and attack. And these things have been happening. But the last one that gave us cause to worry was when Abdul Salam was transferred, not barely 2 months or 3 months that he was transferred. And unfortunately, he was transferred alongside with his deputy to IC. The new person that was brought did not know much about the area. And you know, it has to take him time to understudy the place, and the attack resumed. Within the space of 2 or 3 months, I'm telling you, in Barclays room again, like in Rio, about 20 villages have been attacked within this period.
You know, these are humans. We're not talking about cattle. We're talking about lives.
Human beings' lives.
And these are known people. And the whole essence why we're here and actually talking about this is to see that since these are not faceless people, these are known people, how we can actually stop these killings. Have you been able to start working towards that? You have a new governor, you're now in Abuja. What are the plans to see that this is over?
Well, it has been on news. Remembered about 3 or 4 weeks ago, our governor, with all the members representing Plateau State at the National Assembly, we followed him to military headquarters. We had an interface, and there was a prompt action to that effect. The security were beefed up, especially in Mangu, where the situation was so bad, and they are doing well. But aside that, killings are still going on. In Rio alone, as I said, about 12 villages have been displaced. Within that period, about 104 people have been killed. Even last week, as I said, in Barclays, precisely Hepang district, where close to my village, and the attackers came around 1-2 p.m. I was here when I got the call. I have to leave Abuja as early as 6 o'clock to attend the mass burial. People of Hepang, about 21 people were killed within that period. Unfortunately, 7 were badly injured. We just lost 1 day before yesterday. So about 22 people have been killed. Aside that again, a village closer to that Hepang again is between the Jos Airport. Hepang is in Jos Airport, and we call the village Kui. About 2 teachers in community school again were shot dead.
Again, Peter Ibrahim, it goes back to what should be done, because I'm looking at 3 categories of persons here now. Those killed, and we're talking about those injured and those displaced.
Yes.
How can these in the first place, the bereaved families, the displaced, the injured, be taken care of then as the peace meeting is ongoing?
We've been trying our best, and I believe the governor too have been doing his own best. We've been paying bills in the hospital. But as you said, how can this be stopped? It's simple. If truly there's will to do that. These people are coming from a particular area.
Will from who? From what?
From the government.
The regional government or the federal government?
The federal government. These people are coming from 3 villages. They meet, come and attack, and go back to those places. These are no-go areas for any other person aside them. We have Fast Village, we have Guava, and we have Mahanga, we call them. If securities will be stationed in those places, I don't think there will be any attack again.
Why do you say political will? Are these politicians or people backed by politicians?
I can't say it's backed by politicians because I'm not in a good position to say that. But the truth is, these are not hidden places. It's not a forest that you cannot see them. You can go around, if not for the rocky areas, within 30 minutes you can go around those places. But these things have been going on unabated. Who is shielding who? The highest thing the security agents could do is, anytime they come to attack, they have been repelled and they go back to their safe, the place they call their safe haven. And nothing has been done about it. And the unfortunate thing too is, I believe the weapons these insurgent bandits are using, I don't know, I am not in the best position to say that, but I believe they have more sophisticated weapons than the security that are there to protect the people. If you go and see the kind of ammunition they're using, or what we heard from the relatives there, because on a daily basis, people are living from hand to mouth.
So far, quickly here, so far, what's the military saying now that they've had some meetings with the community people?
Well, they're doing their best, but their best is not good enough. Because
are we getting collaboration or cooperation from the indigents?
Very well.
And information being shared?
Very well. You see, everybody's tired of this.
No, we all can't be tired. Is there a move to meet with President Tinubu on this?
Our governor have met with him, and I strongly believe he gave directives, and that's why the STF are on it. But you see, Plateau is not just a village, it's a state. And until security operatives are well equipped to do their job, this thing will not stop. Secondly, you know, I was discussing with one military person, and when I heard about the salary of a major and a constable or other ranks, so they are not receiving up to 50,000 naira. How on earth do you expect these people to risk their lives? Look at what happened in Niger. How do you expect to risk their life? Because there are times, most of the times they come to attack in the night, and you know what it means for them to follow those terrain before they will go and repel those attacks. So strongly, I want to believe that if truly this issue, killings must be stopped, they should station security agencies in the 3 villages for about a month or 2. I strongly believe it will stop. I'm not saying the people living there are bad people. Not all of them are bad. We have criminals among, even the natives do. We have criminals among the Fulanis. But if truly their activities are being checked, it will definitely stop.
The truth of the matter is that he is not, even though he's an elected official, he is not bold enough to actually say it the way it is. So let me give you the backstory to all of this. The jihadists, we have been told, they wanted to be resettled in Nigeria. And this must be done by, this can only be done by the people in power in Nigeria. So when Buhari started their gimmicks and shenanigans, they started with, parting with our lands or our lives. While the citizens, the indigents of a different part of Nigeria were rattled and kind of still wondering how they were going to deal with this, the criminal politicians from all this part of Nigeria as well, they were in on it. So it was easier for the criminals to perpetuate their jihad for the second time in a long time, in the most sort of a ganged up, coordinated way against the people of Nigeria. The interest of the people of Nigeria, which should have been the primary responsibility of the government of Nigeria, became secondary. So you are barred from even talking about the atrocities of this Fulani terrorist. So they went on and they got the protection they wanted while they were going from unprovoked attacks from one village to another, from one village to another. So they they started forcing people, indigenous people, who usually would stand up against them and push them back and fight back. The government disarmed them. The terrorists started taking territory after territory, and they were making deals with the indigenous people of those places, security deals. There are so many parts of this middle belt part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, where you have the Christian communities that have already been like conquered, already occupied by these terrorists. People are paying taxes to terrorists in Nigeria because Nigeria government considered those areas as ungoverned area. So you that is living in southern Nigeria, so if you hear the word ungoverned area in Nigeria, how does that sound to you? The ungoverned area in Nigeria are the areas where Fulani terrorists have taken over. Military don't go there anymore. Police don't go there anymore. Nobody goes anymore. The people there, they are now at the mercy of the terrorists. After they have slaughtered their men, women, children, whoever are left, they turn them to their slaves. They're paying taxes to them. This is happening right now as you are watching this. So when a chance presented itself, I believe the people of Middlebelt, they decided to grab it. They rejected APC, Egbe, Muslim tickets. And for the first time, they didn't do that by going the other way, PDP. They went straight with the obedient. They rejected PDP, they rejected APC, but the system, the corrupt system in Nigeria, continued, to force them back under this criminal element, including the PDP governor that just spoke there. They will remove him very soon. In their protest against what they have suffered, the people of Middlebelt, what they have suffered in the hand of the jihadists, APC, they understand the Muslim ticket more than the rest of you, especially you, they wanna be jihadists from Western Nigeria, the Ronukus. The people of Middlebelt understands the jihadists called Northern Nigeria more than the rest of Nigeria. So when they saw Muslim ticket, they didn't blink. But what did the system do? The system forced them to remain. And that is why what just happened now. And with what will still happen is to what? It's like a payback time, like a punishment. The Fulanis are now saying, the people of Middlebelt, they disobeyed their sheikhs. You disobeyed our sheikhs. You did not allow the advancement of Islam in Nigeria. That means you are enemy of Islam. So because you stood against the order of our sheikh, Muslim, right? You will pay. Not because they have the capacity to make them pay, but they know with the government of Nigeria, the people who are supposed to stand up and defend themselves, the military of Nigeria will kill them. And the terrorists can walk in the middle of the night, start burning the houses of armless people, and they will begin to record all this. And their media will tell you, over 100 bodies. They will turn you to statistics. They won't even be able to name each person that dies. They will say over 100 people, over 200 people. So they Nigerians are just made to sit duck, wait for the terrorists. So in this case, the people of Middlebelt, they are about to see the greatest attack that they've never seen before. And I remember this. They were so sad that Nigeria cheated them. You know what they could have done? I'll tell you something. Why many of them believe that Peter Obi won the election. They believe that if it was Peter Obi, number one, the military will not need any political will to go after terrorists. They believe that. And they gave it all. Sure you get. You remember this man?
Hello, my name is Magnus Oraka. Right now, I'm a very, very wounded person now. In fact, this country they call Nigeria is rubbish. This is the most useless country that my papa and my mama born me inside. The most useless country. Most useless country. But a few people make this country they useless. Very, very useless country. Plateau result where Peter Obi sweep. Where Peter Obi sweep, now they tell say Labour Party 460,000 APC. That means Peter Obi manage win. That's a big lie. INEC. How many times I call you now 2 times? Make I add 1, make it be 3. INEC. Okay. We will come bomb the office down. DSS, police and army, Mona can arrest me. In fact, I don't buy mattress so I go take sleep for any prison. I don't tell when I say, when I sell, prison cell, open and very big. Because the people you go arrest, they go plenty. People you go arrest, they go plenty. Plateau result, 1.2 million, they got reduced to 400,000. A whole 800,000, they cut and come out. Say Peter B win with just small. Plateau State, come, they don't. Come, this poly unit here, this place, Sham, this place, now poly unit. Make we enter, make we ask them, what is the result?
That they will be not the figure.
No, they don't know. Only here. Wait now, they record on live. You don't live, Abi. No, put on live. Wait now, me and I don't talk before. No. Me and I don't talk. No. What will be the result for this poll? What will be the APC result for here? 27. PDP 36. Yes. Labour how much? 504. 500 only here alone. Only this place alone. Half a thousand. And so I personally went to each polling unit, about 30-something polling units.
They don't call the platoon.
Yes, now.
They don't call them. They just tontona.
I personally went through over 30-something polling units, and each polling unit.
They don't call the.
Plateau State say na 400,000. Not maybe 1.2 million.
They just tontona.
1.2 million. We want some of this country. We want. I swear to God, INEC. They are playing. Make I be the first one to arrest. Come arrest me, oh.
Don't fire.
I swear to God, come you go arrest people there.
You go suffer for this town.
I tell you.
We are that my game. Now there you go die. Make on the fire you.
Make I go do my beer.
800,000 votes of Peter Obi in Plateau State alone was wiped clean off the plate. Did that not happen in Lagos as well? Where Kolu scored 147,000 votes in the whole Lagos. Peter Obi 980,000 votes, nearly 1 million votes. They wiped off how many again? Almost what? They now brought a Bokwabe Tifnumbu 560 something, Obi 560 something. So Obi now led them with just about 9,000 votes. You saw all of that in Rivers State, where Tifnumbu came distant third to APC, Egbekegbe, scoring 97,000 votes. Obi 350,000 votes. In Rivers State of Werewike, they wiped all of that away. They put they gave Tifnumbu 300 and something thousand votes. Then gave Obi 300 and something, 177,000 votes. Abi, you saw all of that to prevent all this madness. People who know the North very well, they put in everything. But Nigeria Judiciary, INEC, they forced APC on them. They are going to remove their governor in the next few days now. They will remove him and give it to APC, Egbekegbe that lost the state, so that they can continue to open the floodgates. If they see you with catapult, they will treat you as a terrorist, while the terrorists are walking about with machine guns, war guns. And once they carry out all the massacre, they move back. Excuse me. And everybody will begin to go and visit who? They were in Lagos earlier, visiting Kolu, to come and commiserate with Kolu because of the people that died in Plateau State. Where is that their useless visit again? I think I had it earlier. Ignore that. So Kolu is in Lagos, as you all have seen some of them visiting there. The governor of the state where this slaughtering took place is saying that they are doing meetings. I told you. So what the politicians are resorting into is that, okay, let us make deal with them so that they will not kill us. To ask them, what do they want? Because from when it comes to Abuja, the deal, if Tinubu want to remain there, is to just what? Just look away, Neo. Because we believe that you are likely not going to protect us like that of Buhari. But as it stands, it is from where Buhari stopped that Tinubu is continuing. Somebody said that the Yorubas, in fact, hang on, it was Sekula, brother, who said yesterday that that's the reason why they have made you believe that the Igbos are the enemies. The Igbos are the threats. Because the Igbos are the only people who understand their Islamization agenda, and there is no way it's going to be sugar-coated. Whether an Igbo man is the president, Yoruba man is the president, Fulani man is the president, a very, very intelligent Igbo man knows that none of this will stop the agenda, the Islamization agenda of this rogue, because they have lived through all these schemes, and they are the greatest example of the divide and rule of the jihadists called the Fulani terrorists and their, and their rulers. So that the Igbos are the threats coming to what is because they have been the only one who have genuinely, without any sort of what do you call it, any hidden agenda, they have been the one who have genuinely stood against these jihadists and what they represent. In order to isolate them, they created states. And in the states, they started cutting out indigenous Igbos. They are cutting them down to other states, creating states in a way to make them look smaller. But nevertheless, they continue to be that serious headache as it is. So, when their politics of division, Muslim tickets, which was pretty much unsellable, they decided or resorted into ethnic politics, remember? As they were fighting the people of Middlebelt over religious politics, they were building the Yoruba versus Igbo ethnic politics. Do you know, before I even continue, how many of you here watching me right now knows that this Igbo versus Yoruba and all this nonsense that you read out there is politically motivated? How many of you here, or how many of you believe that the Igbo versus Yoruba hatred and the divisive rhetorics that you see everywhere, since this APC, Egbekegbe, invested so much in that, how many of you believe that they are real? Raise up your hand. Do you believe it's real? Okay. And then how many of you believe that it is politically motivated and only dons would actually act on those divisive, rhetorics in real life? Do they actually exist in real life? They are working so mad to make it look real. And they, okay. So APC, Egbekegbe, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, some of them, they have no idea. Sat-nav cannot take them from Lagos to their village because there is no road there. And some of them, when you get to those villages, they are not numbered. So, but there were those who are more vocal. In a supposed one Nigeria, an Igbo man said he wants to be president too. All hell let loose by the ignorant minute few who started shouting Yoruba Ronu, the Ronuku or Ronu Nazis, the Agbadomighty. Majority of them, no, they don't see sat-nav cannot take them. They can't put sat-nav on their car and drive from Lagos to their village. There is no road. Some of them, they can't even identify where their family houses are anymore. Majority of them, if they tell you that they are proud Yorubas, Yoruba this or that, ask them where did they come from in Yoruba land. And ask them, in 24 years of democracy, can any of them actually live in the same? I mean, you see, some of them live in Lagos. Forget about everybody living in their face me and face you and the rest of that, okay? Although we all know Lagos is a slum. Fine. But ask majority of them when they go back to their different states, how is the development there? How are the roads there? What about the schools there? What can they all live in the same village? That same proud village that the likes of Tifnumbu, listen to this. Since 1999, Yorubas have been in charge of the Yoruba land, the 6 states in Yoruba land. Yorubas have been governors. Yorubas have been commissioners. Yorubas have been lawmakers. Yorubas have been contractors. Yorubas have been in charge of that place for 24 years now. Same thing with the Igbos. For 24 years, all of the 5 states of Igbo land has been in control of Igbos. You understand? From governor, senator, reps, and the rest of them. Okay? But we all know that we are all victims of all this mismanaged, marginalized Nigeria. We all know that our people are suffering in the midst of plenty from every part of Igbo land or Yoruba land. And we all know those who have had the chance, to be around that prosperity. Well, how much of this political prosperity are the Yoruba people exposed to in the last 24 years? How much of this political prosperity are the Igbos exposed to in the last 24 years? Then, okay, shouldn't our life be better than the life of the Igbos? Because we have been more exposed to the political business of Nigeria in the last 24 years. If it has been in the interest of Yorubas, we should have been so better. Our roads should have been so great. We should have all these standard hospitals. We should have built like many Lagos across Yoruba land by now. We should have recreated our wealth. The lives of our people would have been better, right? But they are not. The criminals who are parading themselves as wealthy people in Yoruba land, they are politicians. They have no businesses. The real ones who are running their businesses, they are being affected. They are dying like everyone who is running his own business from other part of Nigeria. The richest people in Yoruba land today, they are politicians or those who are related to them. The real people who were supposed to create wealth, they are drowning. They are dying in Yoruba land. If you go to Igbo land, the richest people in Igbo land today, they are not the politicians. They are not the government contractors. They are not politically exposed people. They are businessmen and women who exist in every part of the world, but they come from a place that Nigeria has politically arranged, right, to look like it is, people who have been caged people. It is a place that nobody wants to leave. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right now? Because when they started their 2023 charade, they were calling the intelligent, hardworking, right, Yorubas, they were calling them Omoale. Simply because we were making them realize that for those who have worked hard in their lives to get to where they are today in life, Yorubas are proud people, successful people. We can trace our wealth from generation to generation. Trust me, that is where the pride is. Mind you, the wealth of the Yorubas is not even in that material things that you have out there. It is much like the integrity, the character that we carry, right? As Yorubas, something that we believe money can't buy. Omoluabi. Sure you get. So an Omoluabi will not be associated with agberos, will not be associated with corrupt criminals, chancers, thieves. Talk less of bigoted, little-minded ignorance, who decided to ignore those who were supposed to be responsible for their own growth. They leave them and they started pointing fingers at those who have nothing to do with their miserable existence. So limiting the Yorubas to the people who support Tifnumbu is an insult to the real Yorubas. Yorubas who knows their parents, who knows their father, who knows their mothers, who knows the history of the names they carry. The names that is so big, so important than the riches of this world. So a Yoruba man will not stand up and defend a drug dealer. It is impossible. So you see those people who now misrepresented this Yoruba, who have nothing to present to defend a drug dealer, a certificate forger, a nameless person. They call those Yorubas who try to correct them, they call them Omoale for Tifnumbu. And they went on to start, spreading the fear of the Igbos this, Igbos that. And the Yorubas, the sensible Yorubas were so alarmed. Like, what the hell is going on? What are you talking about? We are not jealous of anybody's success. We are proud to be associated with them. They are proud to be associated with Yorubas, where if some of them link their successes in life, they link them to Yoruba land. That is a pride for an average Yoruba person who is sensible to understand the economic importance of this. We are not their rival like that. We call it LV competition until the Tifnumbu of this world came and they said we should pick up bottles, we should pick up guns. Wherever we see the Igbos, they must be destroyed and they must go back to their Anambra. We all know that the Igbos always go back every December from all over the world. It's not just Lagos. And it's quite like a carnival for them. But the last 8 years, APC, Egbekegbe, they turned a civil agitation referendum, which is part of democratic experience. They turned that into war and they unleashed state-sponsored genocide, state-sponsored propaganda, war propaganda on the people of Eastern Nigeria, to the point that an average Igbo is almost afraid to go back to where he came from. Well, they presented it as so. Sit at home. They have their place is like nobody lives there anymore. If you go there, they will kidnap you. It became so much like you could tell it was a state-sponsored propaganda. And guess those who are so... Have you not noticed that it is those who are defending Tifnumbu, some of them bearing Yoruba names? They have been the ones who have been the highest campaigner of the Eastern Nigeria is not safe. Eastern Nigeria is not safe. There is no job there. There is no money there. People are living inside the hut. The villages are this or that. They cannot go back to their village. That is why they are stuck in Lagos. Have you not noticed that there are those Lagos Abobakus that are promoting that? A sensible Yoruba will not be that gullible. Come on. A sensible Yoruba will never be that gullible. So the campaign of go back to where you come from, because they were so scared that the Yorubas were going to kick them out. Yorubas actually kicked them out in Lagos. They lost Lagos. You saw what happened. And in order for that not to happen again, they had nothing to present in 24 years other than tribal, ethnic, divisive politics, threats. So they turned everything Igbo. Any small thing, now fight. When you go on social media during this election, and they say, oh, let us do the thread of fine Igbo girls. And then you begin to see all the fine girls, Igbo girls, posting everything, right? Then the next day, you're going to see another one Yoruba, low self-esteem idiot who also go on social media. Let us, please give us a beautiful Yoruba women JPEG. So they were doing all of that. Okay. Then they said people should go back to their villages. They cannot. And I remember after that election, something started, something kicking into the average Igbo person. They stopped listening to those propagandas and lies. Unknown gunmen, unknown this or that, and every other thing they've told them. They stopped listening. Around that time, they realized that they knew their place in Nigeria now. And they are not going to wait for another program before they begin to think east, to think home. Some of them started divesting their investments, putting them back home. As the politicians abandoned their responsibility in Yoruba land, in Arewa land, in Middlebelt land, all over Nigeria, the politicians in eastern Nigeria also abandoned their responsibilities too. They did. But the difference is that Igbos are builders. Igbos are not your enemies. They are builders. Everywhere they go, they build. I have not seen anywhere or any story where they say Igbo group kidnapped people for ransom, and they were asking for their land in Zamfara. Wherever they go, right, they build. That's exactly what they did back in their own place too. For 63 years of Nigeria independence, Nigeria has no rail line that connects the eastern Nigeria to any other part of Nigeria. Can you even believe that? These are the people who actually controls more than 50% of Nigeria liquid financial economy in real sense of it. But they have been politically, right, limited that way, so that, the advancement of these jihadists can continue unabated. The Igbos built their place, and when you told them to go back to the east, they actually have a place to go back to. Everybody is complaining that Nigeria is hard, Nigeria is tough, there's no money, until it turned to the Igbo people to go back to where they come from. Baba, I can't just sit down now. They be like, everybody is just deceiving everybody here, Sha. Those of you who are saying that you are going to wait for the Igbos to cry for 8 years, I don't think you are paying attention. No. See those who want people to cry for 8 years in 7 months.
Wow. The people that want to see the Igbos cry, your politicians are saying the Igbos are your enemies. Meanwhile, they want to keep you in that darkness and in that division while you suffer, Abi. Then after elections, you go to their houses to go and beg for food. That is the Ronukuso, the Yoruba Ronukus. I was telling you here the other day, I said, when they said they're Yoruba Lokan, do you think they were talking about your own Yoruba? Do you think they give a damn about your children's education? Do you think they care about your economic survival and existence? They don't give a damn about you. You are just so dumb to think you are doing it for Yoruba. And as for the people that should go back to Anambra, somehow, like I said, when it was time for the most handsome Yoruba JPEG, we saw the handsome Yorubas everywhere. Then we say the most beautiful girls, your Igbo girls. We saw the most beautiful Igbo girls. Or let us see the most beautiful culture of Kinikon. You are doing all of that nonsense for your low self-esteem on social media. Fine. But doings is different from doings. We all know that everybody should leave Lagos, go back to where you come from. At least for holiday, go to your village and do holiday. I am an Ijebu man, okay?
My family has been in Lagos for like at least, as I can remember, more than 80 years. But we are Ijebus. Sure you get? We have our own streets in Lagos. Of course, we travel back to Ijebu. So when we go back to Ijebu, we go back to our own mansion too. Sure you get? And I remember that, you know, when I was younger, people used to come back to Dogbolu. They will open up all of their own, you know, their buildings. Their children will come back from abroad. Yorubas, we do go back home too. Sure you understand? But back then, there was no this political thieving. It's not this massive then, or maybe not much pronounced. You could tell people who were civil servants. You could tell people who are like, you know, are businessmen or women, whatever you do. People will come back home. Everywhere will be bubbling. Like, you know what I mean? December, like, even all of us that they came back home to meet, we would have we would have bought ourselves new dresses. Kids who dressed up, we'll be going to different houses. Some of them will be helping them to clean their houses because they, you know, they come back home maybe once or twice a year. All of that are changing today. Don't let us lie to ourselves. Okay? More people have become poorer in Yoruba land. Sure, you understand? People who have businesses, you have seen them, they've lost their businesses. Our people have become more and more and more poorer in the last 24 years. But if you don't tell yourself that truth now, yeah, it will stare you on the face. Because save for those who are, except if you go to politicians' houses now in Yoruba land, those are the places you likely go to now. Politicians. Sure you get. So those are the ones who are always going to be sharing food, sharing this, and all of that. The people they told to go back to Anambra, when they first enter, come be like, na elephant then take enter. That one our entrance. So the one person took it personally. Like this man, he took it personally.
Go back to your village. Go back to your village. This is my village, Abreba. Abreba in Abia State. Please, Abado people, show me your own village. I'm jogging. Go back to your village. Go back to your village. Go back to your village. This is our own.
They call it doings. And like I said, they are now asking the Agbadorians who have now returned to Oshun, Ekiti, Ondo, Ijebu, and Oyo. At least all of them know you are not from Lagos. Don't stop this. Stop saying nonsense to yourself. Leave that shit all and go back to places where you can have peace. Sure, you get the same kuna self they share to us as everybody resume. And I know people are going to take up that challenge anyway. But here is another one. Like they have what I have seen. Why am I showing you all of this? Is that I am personally happy because I can see genuine happiness on the faces of people that I have seen who have returned, especially these young people. They defied all the nonsense they have read on social media, all the fake news and lies about the Eastern Nigeria. Eastern Nigeria is landlocked. They have no water. They have no this. They demystified all of that. They went with their thousands of phones and they have been bombarding us with different stories of, they were showing places that they themselves were like, how come we are not here? They were asking their parents, why are we not here? Why not here? Why there? And I love that. I do love that for them. So once they beat all those stereotyping, all of you are abroad, that somehow the story has gotten to you and you are scared shit of Igbo land. You see what they did in this go back home, is to demystify all of that. But there is something, or why I am sharing this with you tonight. You need to take it further than this. Now, here is another one. Children. Like, I love children, you know. especially if they are having this fun. But before we get that,
voice in the Ijebe, Ija Wella, Money Bobby could have come I will well look at I will get to someone.
I know.
do you see that? And it is from Ebonyi to Enugu, from Enugu to Anambra, from Anambra to Abia, from Abia to everywhere. Is like even the economy of the eastern part of Nigeria, to weary, actually came alive. And I bet it if those who are doing this, data collection on, like something like this, when they come out, they will come out with mind-boggling figure after all of this. And that is where I'm actually still going. Now, let's check another part where everyone is kind of like showing off. But it's not about the show off. It seems it's about that bonding of we are happy to be home. It's actually the fact that, they feel it. It's not the money. You know what I mean? Like, these are guys who are actually like running billion, empires. I'm talking about multi-billion-dollar empires, some of them. But home, where that same resources could be channeled into actually building a closely knitted community of at least well-to-do people. Igbos can achieve that. I want you to remember that, right? Here is another one. Sort of an amazing environment. Peaceful environment. I mean, it sort of defy everything you've read, you've heard, or something somebody is still telling you now about the Eastern Nigeria. So as an Igbo person, I don't know how you feel, because like you are from there and you know these things. You see them, not because you are seeing them on your screen right now. You know what Igbo land is. But in the last few years, your mind has been fed with so much negativity and fear. There's so much confusion that it seems like it's a lost battle. No, it's not lost. I have seen some light, right? And I just pray that you are seeing it too. Let's go back there. I mean, I would enjoy such atmosphere, enjoy it and just being around my people, kind of feel them and see the happiness on their faces, like for days like that. And I would actually love to see that all year round. Igbo man is considered a very proud person. Oh, Igbo man is too loud. Igbo man should just keep things to himself. They cannot keep things to themselves. They are so loud, and that is why they are arrogant, and all of that stuff. So that's why people are jealous of them. This sounds like a loser talking. I am a Yoruba man, okay? And I mean, I can flaunt my success if I want to. I think it's a matter of choice, not principle. Igbo man will talk about his success because you can trace it. Igbo man will show you his success. He will revel in his success. He will walk in it majestically when he knows that you can go check how he made his money. If an Igbo man makes money in politics, he will brag and he will tell you, I make my money from politics. It's simple as that. So if you become jealous, instead of calling an Igbo man proud for being proud of his achievements or talking about his achievement, like bragging about it and the rest of that, have you actually met an American? Oh, I think you should meet an American that really has money. And they talk about themselves, and what have you? The one that really talks. That's a matter of choice. It's not a matter of principle. I can talk about my success. I can keep my mouth shut. I can brag about them. I can show them. If you have a problem with that, that is jealousy. You don't hate me for that. You don't then turn why you want me destroyed to me being kind of not being able to keep my mouth shut. An Igbo man that made his money genuinely will not keep his mouth shut. So you probably would have one reason to justify why you think an Igbo man deserves all the hatred, all of the politically targeted hatred that some of you have helped them to sustain, simply because an Igbo man will not keep his mouth shut when he makes money, when he does this. I think we should all get angry together, because when you meet a successful Igbo man, if he doesn't tell you about his house, maybe he's not yet successful. I think I found one in this their homecoming. It's amazing. Watch this.
Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwenu. Kwezweru Ekenemono. I am live here in the city of Oka, Anambra State, to launch the first project I'm handling here in this city. And I told you guys that I'm coming with a different style. I'm coming with Odogu style. Now over here is a luxury 6-bedroom duplex, 3 units of 2-bedroom, and a beautiful OB over there. So we're going to be starting from the OB. I want to show you what we have there, what interior is all about. This is what luxury entails. Now come with me, let me show you what we have here. Now, what is an OB? The space called OB, what is it for? The OB is a space where our client welcomes his prestigious and honorable dignitaries. This is a space designed for meetings. This is a space designed for indoor meetings. And you can see over here is a feel of luxury. It's a feel of royalty, because OB means honor. And I believe our Igbo brothers will agree to that. So over here is the OB space. You can see how beautifully designed this place is. Everything here is super done by Dreams Interiors. And now let's go to the main court, where you see flexibility in interior design. It's a grand style opening, and Dreams Interior We'll give you nothing but the best. We do not compromise quality. And that's why I said, my Eastern brothers, get ready to feel the venom of Dreams Interior, because I am the Oshinozo one of Interior Designs. Now, over here is the anti-room. A lot of you call it the first parlor. Whichever one that pleases you is okay with me. But this is how cozy this place is. Fully designed, stylishly decorated by Dreams Interiors. You can see our collections of colors. But that's not all. What does your walkway look like? Come with me, let me show you. You can see the style here. Everything here is premium. Designed to specification. But that's not all. Let me take you to the living room where a lot of characters are being displayed. What else are you waiting for? Look at our luxury TV console. Ibokwenu. Ndi Ibokwenu. This is what we do. Dreams Interior is here. As the Odogu one came, the Odogu one of interior design, I said, let me show you this beautiful piece of art. This piece of creativity that we brought to the east. Oka, to be precise. Nah. Ebendo. Let me wine and dine with you from our luxury wine bar space. Very simple and classy. You know, as a traditional man, whenever we step into a space, we try as much as possible to break kola nut, and it is so appealing to the mind and to the heart. So this space you see here is a gossip space, a space I set aside so my client can take a break out of the living room. You can see how beautiful this place is. But that's not all. Let me take you to the dining space, because I know a lot of you are anticipating to see the dining. There is a beautiful linkage between the dining and the staircase. So you can see our luxury buffet set over here, beautifully designed. The concept here is classy. Now, this is our dining space and beautiful stairways. This is what royalty is all about. This is what elegance is all about. The question I ask my prestigious and potential client is, where exactly do you want to dine? Because royalty is not beyond this. But within the atmosphere of this beautiful design, let me show you one of our visitors' bedrooms. The question here is, how important are you as a visitor? Because it is only for important personalities that such a creative piece can be made. Just for you to feel at home, feel welcome, and all of that. Now, with so much,
I built this country, I employed 13,800 workers. People employ nobody, and nobody asks them their source of wealth. I have 3 factories in Lagos, Nigeria. I have 2 factories in Ota, build manufacturing. I have 3 factories in Aba, manufacturing. And I'm a thief. And people that cannot explain where their source of wealth comes from, they are not thieves. I leave everything in the hands of God. May God be the judge.
I just didn't know what to use as a break in there, because I just sat down here like, oh my God, like that's so beautiful. You see, that guy was doing his own business, selling to all of you Igbos in diaspora that you probably don't need when you are planning to relocate your business, or you're trying to create a business hub, or you're trying to kind of see what you can do to as well to ensure that you see this massive homegoing that happened, right? We ensure that it never ceases, it never stops. But the economy that you are going to be meeting every year you go back to the Eastern Nigeria is going to be greater and greater and greater and greater. So yes, that is where things like this comes to very much of value. It is to tell you that wherever they are kind of given to you in any other part of the world that you think you can't get yourself in Eastern Nigeria, you are then possibly should begin to tell yourself that you are living in the past now. You know what people are now saying? People are saying, we are grateful. We are indeed, I am personally happy that the effect of the 2023 Sharia election has started manifesting. People are beginning to sort of, beat the stereotyping and every other propaganda that is being spewed out there. People are kind of more informed now, and they are now making informed decisions. Okay? You see this massive homecoming that you witnessed this year. It did not just start overnight. There are people who have already started going back to Eastern Nigeria from the moment of that Sharia election. They have seen the opportunity in the problems that APC, Egbekegbe, was creating, in the division and everything that APC was creating then. They saw the opportunity to begin to at least bridge the gap of communication, the gap of, having people to actually on ground. They started bridging that, creating an ecosystem that offers services to help you establish yourself in Eastern Nigeria. There is so much money that went back to the East this year. And I can tell you, all of the businesses in Eastern Nigeria, they will all report high sales and profits. Because una really, really returned back home. Man, no lie. I saw it and I was so proud. Go on TikTok. They took over the TikTok, all these young people. They recorded almost everything. Shrine in new road to new. It's not just buildings, it's the everyday life. And they were so happy. And you could tell, like, they probably feel like, why have you denied us all this while? Because their parents felt like they were keeping them safe, keep them in Lagos, until Lagos started going after their properties, after their businesses, and after their children. So now, if you tell them there is unknown gunmen everywhere in Eastern Nigeria, unknown gunmen should come out and come and attack them. There's not been any single violence. There's not been any single security crisis or anything at all since these people returned back. The only threats they faced have been from the Nigerian police, Nigerian military, and every other criminal organization that put out a roadblock out there. So all the things they've read about the Eastern Nigeria in the papers online and all that, they've demystified that. But we need to keep it that way. The reason why the young people are migrating out of the Eastern Nigeria as well as other part of Nigeria to Lagos is simply because the political criminals in Nigeria, they have developed, they designed it that way. But with your wealth and resources, you can create and recreate the wealth. Somebody was even saying, with all these billions that people are going to really take onto the East and all that, and all these billions that you kind of control, at this point, if there's anywhere to begin to kind of give interest-free loans to farmers, okay, and indeed, you give support to the local vigilante groups and the rest of them providing security like the ESN, you give them the backing. Everything they told you about IPOB, they've all been lies. A lot of you are in Eastern Nigeria now. Talk to your people about IPOB. Ask them, if what you have been hearing is exactly what is happening. Give them the backing, give them the support. Ignore all this politically motivated rhetoric. See, they were to keep you away. Now you can see better now. Now you can see things yourself. Now you can see where lapses are. All of you are security experts, business experts. These are the areas you need to take charge yourselves now, because you seem to be the only one who have that capacity. Because you've been the one who never really have to wait for government to do anything anyway. So if you have resources to put together to actually really invest in the people, interest-free loans, small, medium banks, open those take all your, some of your businesses, take them back there to get your people to benefit directly from them, and see when the time is right, when everybody understands what they are actually up against in Nigeria, the unity, the wealth, the bond, and all of that will be stronger, and Nigeria will be forced to respect that. You're going into another turbulent year of 2024, 2025. You've weathered the worst. You will say, I don't think so. If there's any time for you to think home, there's no other time than now. I don't think for those of you who have the capacity, you have no excuse anymore. You need to begin to think home, not just go and build mansions, build businesses that are going to be independent of Nigeria madness. You have the capacity. If you could, I mean, in so many places they will tell you you cannot construct a road without bribing the area boys. I saw areas, communities constructed by individuals in eastern Nigeria. You build hospitals, you build schools, you build things that indeed are not easily achievable in any other part of Nigeria. So you are those who could do things that you want to do, right? Without having to give a damn about what Nigeria thinks or what they don't. Because you are going to need that. Think home. Think about those young people, okay? Invest in things that are real and really, really kind of sustainable. Things that keep them there. Retain that power. Change that narrative. You don't need to invest any money in media PR. Igbos yourself, you will do. Look at what these young people are doing on TikTok. Go on Twitter, go on Instagram, go and see different reports about the Eastern Nigeria. Go on, and they are still telling us the big boys have not even arrived. They said we should wait till the 27th, 28th, 29th. That's when you will really see the Odogus. They will land in Igbo land. We love that. We love to see that. But this time, remember why a lot of you had to change the narrative this year and decided that you are going to go back there no matter what. So you need to build on that. Don't wait till another election before you now start feeling like, because you may never have another chance of really taking those wealth back to Eastern Nigeria. Trust me, it's not the Yorubas that hate you. It is not the Hausas that hate you. Not the Fulanis per se. But you see all those Yoruba, Fulani, Hausa elite, the Nigerian elite sees the potential threat that the Igbos represent. And there is no amount of what you do will make them see it differently. There is a lot you can do, right? For them to respect you for who you are. I mean, you are one of the last Burton and then on the line as well. I'll show you the other part of that Eastern house that guy was showing us. Let's take a look.
Important personalities that such a creative piece can be made. Just for you to feel at home, feel welcome, and all of that. Now, with so much joy, with so much happiness in my heart, I'm taking you gradually to the upstairs, the first floor where a lot of creativity is being done. Now, this is our stairways. This is absolutely stunning. This is absolutely gorgeous. Our Igbo brothers in the east, Dreams Interior is here. Igbo Kwenu. Now, take a look at our chandelier now. Take a look at our chandelier. I believe you know that this chandelier is not a cheap one. You know, when my client called me, he said, Dreams Interior, my brother, I have a mansion in Oka, and I want you to take a good look at it. When we came with so much anticipation. We came with so much ideas. But fortunately, by the special grace of God, the contract was awarded to Dreams Interior. And we are here to defend what we stand for. We are here to defend who we are as interior designers. Now, over to my left-hand side is the kids' room. Now, in this kids' room, we had to divide this space, make it a bit creative with our twin luxury bed. You can see for yourself. I want you people to take a good look at this space and tell me if creativity was not done here. You go back to your drawing board and check properly if Dreams Interior did the best here. Just imagine what we have. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this lovely? I know you must be wowing and wowing and wowing. This is not the best you have seen. Come, let me show you to the madam's room. It is one of the visitors' bedrooms we have. Yeah, you can see our bed concept is incredibly out of the world. You see the TV console, everything is out of the world. Igbo kwenu, Igbo kwenu, so this is what we are talking about. I said I'm coming to the east with a different package, and Dreams Interior has fulfilled that promise by setting up this space to the standard that it deserves. What a home! This is not all, oh, in case you are still wondering. Let me take you to the second visitor's bedrooms upstairs here. I told you it's the 6-bedroom duplex. So this is another room. Dress interior, Zukwanike. Dress interior, Zukwanike. This is what we have here. You can see our luxury bed design, our walk-in closet, the TV console. Everything here is beautifully designed to specification. Now tell me what luxury is all about. My Igbo brothers and sisters, what is luxury all about? Look at our beautiful hallway. Beside me is another beautiful bedroom. Over here, it's a beautiful bedroom designed to specification. Just take a good look at it. Take a good look at it. You see that what we did here is worth it. Look at our console. Our TV console here is luxury. Look at our accent sofas. Everything here is Susie. Susie. What I mean, everything here is Susie. It's Susie. Imagine you coming into a space like this. It's a medicine to the body and to the soul. But that's not all. Let me take you to the family lounge. This space was carefully designed to accommodate the family union, the family time, and family bonding. You can see our collections of colors are earthy in nature. Everything here is vibrantly designed by Dreams Interiors to accommodate our clients.
A town hall different from Blue, Bulaba.
Blue. So, again, the idea behind the second part of this broadcast is to remind all of us that some Igbos, they have started making lemonades from the lemons that the Lagos Abobaku thrown at them. The bricks of ethnic division, the bricks of ethnic division that is thrown at them, they are using them to build the Eastern Nigeria's courage in every one of you that felt like, why did they hate the Igbos this much? The Igbos don't need anybody's pity party. Do you understand? What the Igbos need is self-awakening. Just like every one of us, even all of us who are not Igbos. Self-awakening. Now that I have acknowledged that there are potentials there, there are actually chances and opportunities that you know is there. You knew it. But you thought they were probably lost. Because you have been told that Eastern Nigeria is this or Eastern Nigeria is that. So I want to bring back that light into your eyes as an Igbo man or woman. The moment of self-awakening is here. And those of you who have the capacity Instead of seeing despair, see opportunities. As they are seeing shege, you are seeing opportunities. Trust me, you will not miss it if you can see it. I wish I'm Igbo and I have money. I wish I'm one of those who have so much money right now. I'll look to the east. I think there is also a biblical thing about the east as well. They said, let us look towards the east. There is a light shining from the east. Who are those who want that light dead? Who doesn't want to benefit from that? Of course not me. But if Nigeria will continue, we want to keep dimming the light, it is now up to you. The Easterners, the Igbos, Biafrans, to never let that happen. Because it's in your hands. And I can see those who are already doing it. I don't want to sit down here in another maybe 4 or 5 years. And here we have some lunatics, some idiots telling the Igbos to go back to where they come from. I'll be more than happy to go back there. I'm speaking to you, right? I'm talking to you. I hope that makes any kind of impression on you for those of you who have the capacity. Do not let them say, those miserable people that the politicians have sort of, mortgaged their own lives and their existence. People who have no of any value of anything. Do not let them remind you again. Because those are the only people that can be jealous of any success that Igbos have. Genuine Yorubas, some Oluwabis, people who work for their money, and some of you know them. Some of you can recommend them. You can actually you can't deny them. These lunatics, these jobless, miseducated, uneducated, unemployed, unemployable miscreants that Tifnubu and co are creating in Yoruba land will never speak for us. How are we going to deal with them? You leave that to us. But do not let that light die. That would be my own advice. Let somebody shout hallelujah. Adeboye the other day provoked our anger and rage, but we all know that Adeboye is a liar. An old man that lies in the name of God, very useless man. A lot of people try to speak me, to kind of talk to me in their usual Nigerian way. I want to believe that some of you probably joined Mayegun's Diary Political recently, and then you suddenly felt offended that Mayegun could say that about Adeboye, and then your men of dogs that you call God, okay? So I have no apology to you. I still saw some idiots sending me messages trying to explain some things to me about religion, about all of that Adeboye sat on a stool that is a royal stool. Like, it is not just a stool. Come on, respect it. But he disrespected it and he started lying about it. Redeemed Church lied. They put up a disclaimer. No. That's it. It was the king that said they should sit, and it was a new seat. It's a new royal stool. It's not a royal stool. They just carved it for him for that occasion. They started lying. Another one said that, Mayegun, I didn't know that this is how you kind of talk. If not, I will not be on this your program. You need to respect the men of God. Say, in case if you think probably the other day was like enough. I'm saying this to those of you who are new, okay? She'll get to see. So it's better you just don't provoke me. Just let me say my mind about the Olori Bruku Adeboye and the Olori Brukus who are defending him in Iris RCCG. You cannot use your sky daddy to scare me. It doesn't work on me. Do you understand? Every other nonsense fear they put in your fucking head, okay? They don't work on me. So when I speak about this Olori Brukus, I say it exactly as I see it. So leave me and your sky daddy to come and do his work, okay? So this is what really happened.
Shout a loud hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Our daddy is here live. Let somebody shout hallelujah. The hour we have been waiting for has come. I want you to be ready. Let your faith be at work this afternoon. So that when our daddy begins to speak, your faith.
Close your eyes. So some of you who don't know that you are also Christian jihadists following Adeboye. Some of you Lori Brukule, you know. But to you, because your own Lori Bruku is associated with Christianity, Abi, it is not that bad. At least, even though I don't support Baba sitting on the throne. But what happened is that at least it's for the name of God. Oh, ni kure ati God wenye. Chongbo. Another one came. That's another person advising me. Somebody will be saying, supposed, I don't know if the person is a human being, Abi. You watched my video where I said, traditional stool is traditional. The moment you begin to bring your Jesus, Abi your Allah, into it, you are already desecrating that stool and what it stands for. That is insult enough. But for you to now turn around and say because you know one Jesus, Abi one Muhammad you know, and you begin to tell me to explain to me a Yoruba man, you are explaining to me, a Yoruba traditional man, that your Jesus is bigger than my tradition. Your Allah is bigger than my tradition. You are saying that to me. And you don't see it as an insult. You did not see that as a complete insult for you to look at me and say because you believe in your Jesus or you believe in your Allah, and then you look at me, a Yoruba man, who believes in his tradition and everything it stands for. I am not saying my tradition is bigger than your Jesus. I didn't say my tradition is bigger than your Muhammad. I said my tradition is my tradition. Your Muhammad is not bigger than it. Your Jesus is not bigger than it. Then, but because you believe in that, you look at me straight to my face, and you said I don't know what I am talking about. And you didn't see that as an insult? Disrespectful? You are advising me, explaining to me that your Jesus is powerful. Do you see where this is coming from, right? Or going to? Now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just think it for a minute that the person that sat on that chair, that the royal father, a Yoruba king, stood up from that stool, right? A traditional stool, right? So that person that sat on it, Adeboye, change it to somebody wearing bedsheet on his head. A Fulani terrorist with the bedsheet on his head. That is speaking a language you don't understand. Arabic or any other language that you don't understand. That is the person sat on that chair. Would you be enraged? Would you feel comfortable like that? You, Mami, RCCG. Igbakeji Eledumare, second in command to the God of heaven. Abi you, Attorney General of Hellfire or Heaven. The keeper of the registrar of those who are going to heaven and hell. Close your eyes and think that, would you still be comfortable if the person that sat on that chair is somebody who is wearing a bedsheet on his head, maybe carrying his gun on his side, and the Yoruba king is standing next to him? Or do you think that is not happening as well? Have you been to Iwo, where Rashidi supposedly Oba Iwo, one of the sons of Odudua. Oba Iwo said he's an emir. Yoruba tradition should go to hell. Yoruba should stop worshiping idols. Yoruba should not, but the people who are telling us to stop worshiping idols, they will go to Kaaba, round the rock, Abi, put their head down, shave their head, stone an imaginary shaitan. You insulting us, and some of you don't even see it as an insult. You have become so used to it. Because at least I have seen Jesus, I have seen light. Who said you shouldn't see your light? Nobody is against your light. Nobody is against your this. But when you now look down on the real tradition and believe that people who actually practices them, they are lower than you. Problem here now. So your royal fathers, they will become kings through the traditional means. Then they will find God. They will find Jesus. They will now desecrate that stool. And you feel like it's going to continue like that. I don't think so. And that is why we will never stop showcasing that. And we'll keep reminding you, let your God and your belief stay with you. It's not bigger than anybody's God. Your God, your Jesus, your Muhammad, your Allah, every belief that you have is a faith. It's not bigger than any of the Yoruba tradition. And if you look at me next time, and you say that, I hope you'll be able to say it to my face and tell me that your Jesus is bigger than my tradition. Your Allah is bigger than my tradition. And therefore, they can just treat it anyhow, because to you, the real Yoruba in me, is nothing to whatever your faith and every other thing says. I hope you'll be able to say it to my face, and I hope that you'll be able to say it to the face of the generation that will know this truth, and they will no longer listen to your bullshit and nonsense and your fear too. Trust me. And that's why you have the diary. Mayegun's diary political. I just stop on there and let me take calls tonight. So, but I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. Do me one thing, like the broadcast if you haven't already. You can still share it as well if you haven't as well. And subscribe to my channel. So when I get back, I will take calls. And that may be yours. The number is on the screen, by the way. I'll be back. Yes, where I have a caller that I've actually left on the line for like a minute or two. Are you still there?
I'm here, my year, Baba.
Hey, Babo, how are you, sir?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
I am
Brother,
very
I'm
well.
too sure. How you doing?
About just
Good evening, Baba. How are you? How is our big madam and the small young lady and the Baba himself? How is everyone? Merry
is
Christmas.
fine. Oh. Thank you very much, Romole.
Merry Christmas to you and your family. Yeah,
at least.
I got grace. Ujua Marodun Tuntun. And Barry for what? All the noise, all the stress, all the wala. You are putting all the effort every day. By the special grace of God, they will not go in vain.
Amen.
I so much believe that because I know Nigeria is a time bomb. I've been saying that for years. You understand me about it? You just take just one spark of matches one day. That is all. Just one spark of matches. Nigeria will explode one day. Because to me, I believe in God. I believe in prayer. But the problem of Nigeria is not about prayer. It's not about God this, God that anymore. No, that country has go beyond that, brother. Like I was trying to call back. I think I was trying to call in on you about 2 days ago to support what one man just said about the passport problem. But I tried to call in. I didn't get through. You know, a lot of people was trying to call in too. You can just imagine. I have a very close friend, business partner. He lives in Chelmsford, very close to me. He has Italian documents. He moved down here to my area here about 6 years ago because of his wife. You know, they are looking for the fruit of the womb. He married a British Ghanaian lady, very nice lady. They are family friends. To cut the long story short, you won't believe it. This guy has spent £550 just to renew his Nigerian passport. Last year, I paid someone £200. I've paid £115 online to renew my daughter's Nigerian passport. And somebody said, there's someone they know in Nigeria, they give me his contact. Are you with me, Baba?
I'm with you.
That with £200, you will get, just to get appointment to go there for the capturing. That is all. I paid the £200. The guy said, I shouldn't worry that within a week, he will get back to me. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I went to that, my friend. South African shop, very nice guy to me. I said, well, I like, you know, say me, I be street boy. And this guy don't collect £200 in 3 weeks now. This guy never get appointment for my daughter. What did happen? Now the guy call up. When the guy say 1 month, don't pass, the guy just scoop me again. Make I no worry. Suli Baba is working in Nigerian house. I later knew like 2 people that knew him. They say that is his job. He's in Nigeria. Yoruba guy. He works in Nigerian house. That is his job. To get people appointments. Just to come and scan.
So
but they say there is a lot of
to get people appointments and
£200. Yeah, each person. So later, he later
Nigeria now
opened
here
up
in
to
the
me.
UK.
He said, in the UK, in London. Later, the guy later called me after 6 weeks. That is 1 month and 2 weeks. That I should send my account number. That because of that person that introduced me to him, you understand me?
Yeah.
He needs to pay me back my £200. That he can never offend that person, that my friend. There are a lot of people, they need to wait till you get the appointment. The guy said he has more than 100 people. Yeah.
In this UK.
The guy said he has more than 100 people.
I said in this UK.
That feed him. Yeah, in this UK. Just to renew your Nigerian passport, where you said you come from, where you are born, your own Nigerian passport, and you are paid. See, Baba, I paid £115 online,
the official charges.
For the official, yeah, I've done that for my daughter. You know what later happened? After the guy returned my £200, I showed my daughter, see, my missus now advised me that, okay, my daughter should check online, search for their number, and start calling them. She called, they didn't respond. She now search for their email address. She started mailing them, Then she was 19. She started mailing them. She started disturbing them. My God, the day they gave my daughter's appointment was they sent her an email on Thursday to come on Friday. You understand me? They went there on Friday. On Monday, my God, they posted that same passport to my house. I'm the one that received it. She was not at home.
Okay. So they gave her
So
new
what
passport,
is all the delay? I'm telling you, Nigerian passport just to renew. So what is the delay about that started giving someone £200 for like 6 weeks? I can't get it. She keep disturbing them,
I know.
as a young girl.
Something
you
that
understand me?
if she needs
Telling
a British passport,
them,
all she has to do is just get on the line and give them, pay the. Once you pay the money, then the next thing is going to be sending your own passport.
and she was going on a trip. The purpose of that to renew that passport, she was going on a trip to Spain with her friends. So she started disturbing them that she has already booked appointment with Spanish embassy to get a Schengen visa, a Spanish visa. That is when they respond.
Thank you, Baba. Let me go on
see,
and get
Baba,
others too. Okay. Thank you very much, Baba.
I don't know. So, we will keep disturbing them. That is the only thing I can say.
No, we won't stop talking. That would be the real thing. Everybody has a story, and sometimes some stories seems to be far kind of reaching than the other. And the experience is the same. For me, Nigeria just have a way of frustrating you. It's like it's just a weapon fashioned against you. You get that? Like they just couldn't get anything right. And then you begin to ask yourself, like, is that even deliberate? Why is why are simple things becoming so difficult to implement? But the thing is, it is a Nigerian thing. It is deliberate, even though it should never be acceptable, right? Like when people say it's a Nigerian thing, it's just what it is and all of that. And you begin to be like, but that is not acceptable in any way. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello.
Hey, Sir Akinola Elder. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas. So it's been a while. How are you?
Merry Christmas. Sorry, I've been traveling here and there, but I'm fully back now.
Happy holiday. So you are part of us set tonight again. So let's go for it. You didn't show up at our People's Parliament last night. It was interesting anyway.
Yeah, I would have loved. Hopefully, one of these days, I can also become an active participant of that to actually be able to express my mind, in essence. And thank you for the reality of what you're giving to Nigerians so that they see where we are. And just of recent, you gave us the video of when Kanu was arrested.
That's right.
How our Anthony General was speaking in Hausa to Nigerians, as if we all are Hausa. This is what they believe in their head, that when British handed over this colony. He handed it over to them. So we are now Fulani Hausa colony as it stands today. So, and that is what could give a whole Attorney General to start to address this issue the way he did at the time. So I look at a lot of the topic that was raised today, and my view about this is that the major source of some of this problem is how we are trying to force ourselves together to be a country. You know, even but at least we can have regional government, because when you look at the issue about this tribalism, you know me well that I support Omoyele, where there are people that are actually attacked me at the time that I was doing that because Omoyele is Yoruba man. Some of them didn't know that Omoyele is an Ijaw man actually. So, and this issue, the concept that we continue to elude a lot of people, when you go far back into the history of our country. The other day I was listening to how Akintola was attacking Igbo. Akintola, the former prime minister of the Western region.
Akintola, of
in
course.
essence.
Saladoke Akintola, I remember.
Yeah. So it's more or less what happened in the last election is deja vu. We have seen it before.
We have seen it
so
before.
This game, we have seen it before. And it's not going to stop now. It's the next election is still going to be replayed.
That's right.
And the concept that we keep forcing ourselves to be a country. And you know, there was that slim of hope when Nigeria actually started very well initially, when the whole Western Nigeria voted for Zik to be the leader, the president of Nigeria at the time, even against our law in essence. But those days are now gone. We are not a country. I must admit that. There were a lot of Igbos that were attacked unnecessarily for not. You know, I invited people to talk on policy of all these people that were contesting. For me, I didn't support Obi, and that was clear. And you know, some people were not happy about that. I didn't believe in any whole politician in Nigeria. They've led us this far, and this far has not helped anyone. So, and I don't believe we should recycle anybody. Either you've been governor before, you've been anything before. Let them. The youth should stand up and flush them away in toilet, and so that we can begin to rebuild our life back. And this was one of my supports. That is one of the reasons why I supported
at the time, I remember.
Yeah, Omoyele Sowore. So in essence, look, thank you for showing what is going on right now in the country. We see a lot of the attack that happened in the Plateau and all these places. And Tinubu's government believe they cannot do anything about it. They're not going to do anything about it. No. They are using this to Islamize Nigeria in essence, and they believe they are going to force the Middlebelt to accept the core north to be something. So basically, everybody should understand. It is not now to relax. If you're from the Western region and believe you have Tinubu there, Tinubu there, he is going to represent. He's not representing you. The Fulani put him in place, and is going to he's going to be dancing to their tone. So basically, please going back to the drawing board. And if you are the one that has been asking for Biafra, don't stop. Yes. It's not a southern government yet. No. It is a bunch of fake people that have been in the government for very long now. They are the people recycling themselves. That's right. I don't know if you heard of reason that El Rufai has started to move around. Yes. He has been given a chieftaincy in Ogun State.
Ijebu, so Awujale made him Bobaniyi.
Bobaniyi has been to IBB to consult.
He's been to Obasanjo's place as well. He's consulting, and we are hearing things.
They have considered. They said they have considered it here for Tinubu, and after then it's going to be stopped. So where is the hope? And you think there is hope for that country? No. When we are going to recycle this another man and hand over to a person like El Rufai, please. No, there's no bullshit here. Don't let anybody deceive you that there can be hope in the country.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for this. Go on, sir. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So sorry, I know my time is nearly off.
That is me saying round it up. When I call name at the end of the stuff, I want to take another call. So yeah,
But I will say thank you once again.
Continue to help us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Same to you as well. Send me well to the family, sir. All right, take it easy.
Thank you. Bye.
Sir, so the Jukuns, the TVs, they have the history of conquering and defeating the Fulanis. Historically, they stopped Uthman dan Fodio many times. He never forgave them. And that's why today, Fulani will tell you, we don't forgive, but they are cowards. They can't fight. They come in the middle of the night. But this time around, in this generation, Nigerian government is disarming the people from fighting back. That is the crux of the matter. Yima Gudu, a TV brother of mine, is on the line. How are you?
Good evening, Marigo.
Yima.
Merry Christmas to you and the family.
Merry Christmas, Baba. How are you today?
I'm good, Marigo. I'm good. I decided to stay my backside in the comment section, but today I say make I come out to talk because something happened yesterday that made it sweet my belly, Baba.
What is that?
Your last parliamentarian.
Sekou.
Who talked yesterday? Sekou. Now, Sekou, if you're hearing this, Nage Shaker, thank you very much for that expose. What Sekou said yesterday there was 1,000% correct. Anybody who has lived in the Middle Belt knows that that is exactly what is going on. So for that governor to sit down in Plateau and tell me, be giving us bogus English, what salad, to make our mind calm down, you are deceiving yourself. We know what is happening. Even the child on the road, was it the sister from Southern Kaduna who said that even kids are carrying sticks, are holding sticks for their own security in their own land?
Yes, sir.
Kids.
Sila.
So,
said that.
So who are you coming to come and sit down on? Is it NTA or whatever? What news channel you're telling us bogus nonsense? You know who is doing this. You don't want to go after those people. Your people are dying like flies. They did the bombing in Kaduna, right? Mistake bombing by military in Southern Kaduna. That's where it starts. They've gone to Plateau now, Abi. They've started tearing Plateau down. It will shift down to Nasarawa. From Nasarawa, it will go to Benue. From Benue, it will go to Taraba. It will enter. That's how they will continue to go.
Part of Kogi, and it will begin to trickle down like that, and like that.
That is exactly how it happens. Are people blind? Can't you see? Can't you see? This is a pattern. And you're wiping you guys all out. And what that brother said yesterday, I had to go back and watch it twice to see if I could pick anything out that he said that wasn't right. My guy, he was 100% right. I'm from the Middle Belt. I'm from Benue State. I grew up in the north, just like he did. I only grew up in Kaduna. My father was the first person to set up anybody who knows Daura Road, now one third road, be passed through Katsina State, their capital. The first printing press there. Now my old man, I do am now. So I go all those places. I know all those people. Very simple people, especially those people from Southern Kaduna. They don't like trouble. Once they farm, they have their stuff, they go about their business, they don't look for trouble. So if you ask me that question that you asked me yesterday, where you see Nigeria, Baba, they scatter, they go. 2024, the year of the Shegementin. You see all this one that's happening now, that people are lining up like Marjorie's at Tinubu's house. Yeah. You will line up everywhere. Don't forget that you don't have a health system that works. God forbid, and I pray God forbid, and God knows my heart of heart that I don't want this to happen to Nigeria. If you have any epidemic or plague or outbreak or pandemic, and you have 10,000 people in any city in Nigeria that are supposed to be in hospital, that are dying, that are supposed to be in hospital, you are gone. You don't have the health facilities. There are no chemical, there are no what they call it, medical medicine producing plants in your country. You don't have the people, the nurses, the doctors. They are all running away from your country. So I pray you people don't have that problem down the future.
You know what you just mentioned now, Yima, right? I picked something that they said. Listen to this. They said out of 40,523 registered laboratories, like laboratories in Nigeria, they said only 15,000 558 renewed their licenses for 2024 out of 40,500. Now, what does that mean? 30,000 registered laboratories have either folded up or they can no longer afford the renewal license, talk less of even practicing. 200 million people. Who is going to serve all the test labs and all of that for these people? Healthcare is gone. Baba, people are still they have a clue. Yima.
I pray to God that you if you're listening to me, and whoever listens to this, I pray to God that you don't have to carry your child outside and shout for help when your child is dying in your arms. Amen. In that country at some point. I pray it doesn't happen to you. Thank you very much, Mary. We'll continue the good work. Merry Christmas, Baba.
Merry Christmas, Baba. Send me well to the women. Omo, did you hear that? Sorry, my caller. 1 second. Are you watching me from Nigeria? I want you to take a breath. The body that registers and certifies lab operations in laboratories like that, test labs, they just made an announcement that the yearly renewal that they expected for the over 40,500 laboratories in Nigeria, 30,000 of them, 30,000, not 30,000, did not renew their licenses this year. Hey, that means 60% of those who are going to carry out all your tests, who are going to check if you are, whenever you are unwell and all of that, they are disappearing, just like the real doctors. Medical practitioners are disappearing from Nigeria. And they say hope is here. And you believe them. They say even with your money, Nigeria will punish you to the point that, man, are you there, my caller?
Yeah, I'm listening to you as you are talking.
God
I don't
bless
know what
you,
to let you
sir.
finish.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Musamayego. Yeah, so good to get to today.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a simple thing I wanted to ask. If you look at these killings that go on in Jos, in Christmas Eve, and the way that go on in Castina, the way Fulani are killing people just because they are celebrating Christmas, that means they don't believe in Christianity and they don't want Christianity in Nigeria.
That's right.
That's why they are killing those people. And where these people, the government, the military people, know their camps, they know where they are. We have seen them giving them money, go to their camps. And if you look at the APOB in Adekano, these people have not done nothing, and they are hurting them, killing them like flies everywhere. But when we have the real killers, they don't do them nothing.
I don't know what area. Governor Tokam, governor said there are some ungoverned area in his own state. Baba, there are ungoverned area in Nigeria. That is an indirect way of saying places that Fulanis have taken over, armed Fulani terrorists have taken over. Nigeria government did not bother to even protect the Nigerians living there anymore. They call the places ungoverned area. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that means we have a country in a country. Jesus. It's so disheartening. I can't believe it. This now the canon do nothing.
He did nothing.
Kidnap him and put him there. You kidnap him and put him there, he's still suffering there. These are people you're supposed to go after. You just leave them alone, and that the life of people doesn't matter anymore.
Hi.
So ashamed. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. You need to keep on doing what you are doing, and everybody that is doing what you are doing should continue doing it, so that this message can go across, so that people know. We know nobody is going to fight for us.
No.
The Western people, the Western world, not going to fight for us. You just need to sensitize our mind individually, so that we will be able to come up and stand up for ourselves and fight our fight. This is our fight.
That's right.
And for me, I don't believe Nigeria is one. We are not one. We can never be one, and we will never be one.
Ever.
The earlier we know this, fight ourselves, the better for us. Because I live in the UK, I will want my children to go home tomorrow.
Yes.
But as it starts now, I can't go home. My children can't go home. They watch this thing in the CCTV in the internet. They know everything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go. And me, I can't go as well. Because where are you going to? So that's what I just back. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm going to take another one then, okay? God bless you. Sir, I mean, it's the same question everywhere, where people have to be like, where is the government? And people begin to ask, hopefully the government has the political will. What do you mean political will? Do you even need any will than just to wipe out all these terrorists? And they shouldn't even exist. What will? Political what? Conditional fight from government? Hello?
Hello, Baba Balagba.
Merry Christmas, Baba.
Merry Christmas to you and your wonderful family as always, Baba. More blessing.
Amen. And to yours too, Baba. Thank you.
Baba. How we won't take thank you. If not be just to say, Baba, well done, well done. On it like, Baba, we can't thank you enough for the constant and so every day, one banger after the other. Every day na banger. Baba, Mayego, you are too basky. Baba. Your laka you no go finish, you no go get ending. Baba, you go dey increase more. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you and your entire family and everybody. And Merry Christmas
again, Baba.
to every member of the temple. I really appreciate. Thank you for your wonderful People's Parliament that you had yesterday, and for everybody that participated in the Parliament. Thank you very, very
seriously,
Baba. I mean, I so wanted to join, but my madam did look me corner to try not tonight.
You see, she always reports you to me, madam. And sometimes, right, I don't know how you feel sitting down there, okay? Whenever he reports you to me, I don't believe he's saying the truth all the time. You know what I mean? It's like he's using you as an excuse. And sometimes
Baba. I so wanted to join, but another thing again, like I always say, when people come in here and they echo your thoughts, like you call this place the Temple of Truth, it's an echo chamber. You understand? Sometimes when people come in and they say things that you want to say, and sometimes they even say it even better than you ever thought you would say it, just look saying, there's no need, let me just leave it. You understand? So that's why I'm so happy. Which day where some people come in here, I'm not going to call anybody's name, you understand? Which day where some people here saying, oh, the military will come, some military people are going to come and do this, some military people will come, you don't know anything about the military. These are people that don't know anything about the military. For those of us that have served in the army, for those of us that have served in the security forces, we can categorically tell you, you've got Lieutenant Colonel, retired, calling. You've got retired captain, calling. You've got people like myself, retired. Well, I didn't retire at jackpot, calling, and you are coming to tell us that you know something about the Nigerian army, or you know Nigeria password. First of all, the question I want to ask you is, sure you like Nigeria reach those of us we don't serve Nigeria with our blood, sweat, and tears? Because a lot of you are not. You just love Nigeria, but you love
like you love the sense of being called Nigerian. You have no idea.
A lot of you don't love that.
That's
or
what
I
you
come
love.
and sue your band. When people are talking something, I just look at you. Some of you are doing, because if I start answering some of you people will you probably hate me, but I don't have energy for all that. Some of you talk as if you love Nigeria. Baba, I joined the Nigerian army at the age of 12. That's when I signed up. Well, actually, I was 11. 10, 11. When I signed up, I didn't sign up because I was suffering. I signed up because I love Nigeria. I wanted to be a part of the development of Nigeria, whatever the development style was then. It was the military.
Your own contribution and all that.
As a soldier, all I keep going to contribute. Do you know when I became a soldier, my civilian friends, those of my friends that were civilians before that, my friends, they'll be teasing me. Oh God, you soldier got here, boy, yo, bro, oh, daju,
you strong, mean.
You understand? My friends, they were telling me that I'm not mean simply because I choose to sit down in traffic without coming down to whip people, without coming down to, you understand? People they tell me, say I'm not wicked. Guess what? Some of those guys now, they are now members of the security forces. Some of them ended up in the army. Some of them ended up and guess what they are doing? They are doing fast track for our, they are doing fast track and they are bullying people, and they are doing special service for our brother who called earlier on and said he's looking for, he paid £200 after paying 100 and something pounds. And you want Nigeria to work. So after paying the 100 and something pounds legally, you now pay £200 extra to follow quick route. And then you want Nigeria to work. Are you guys joking or something? Mayego, you renewed your passport, didn't you?
I did.
I think it was last year. So is it that you don't know somebody that you can call somebody
Yeah,
to
I won't
give
even
you
call
emergency?
anybody because I believe that
You
nobody will answer
understand?
me, so there's no point.
You get me, Baba. As a soldier, yeah, there's a military liaison in the Nigerian house. As a matter of fact, when I did my capturing, the military attaché saw me and he was angry with me for not coming through back door. Say, why didn't you? I said,
why didn't you say you are a soldier now? Why didn't you come in and
say, why
talk to
didn't you just
us?
tell us that you are a military personnel? We'll just do it for you. But I said, there's no need for all that. Baba, I was at Nigerian house for I was there all day. And let me not start saying, I got there maybe like 10 or 9 in the morning. And I left there around 6 in the evening.
Well, my experience as well. And I left frustrated as well. I nearly started a fight. But it is just Nigerian way.
While I was there, people actually fought. But I didn't turn around and say, oh, I want Nigeria to work, and then I go and pay somebody £200 to give me fast track.
You see, this we have our own too, whether we actually
Baba, we are our problem.
Consciously as well.
We are our problem. And that is why no matter how much you gaslight us, I saw Princess yesterday, she came again. She said, you diasporans, you are the one that's going to come out. Baba, Mama, Emma, una go wait, tire. Una go wait, tire. Because I know a lot of you you are just hoping and wishing and praying for them to send all of us back home. Ladies and gentlemen,
we can probably get angry now. Our own anger now.
They play. They play. If your own anger, if you are not angry enough right now, ladies and gentlemen, there's no amount of anger that the diasporans will bring back that will change anything. If you are not angry enough right now, do you understand? Because what is only going to happen is probably going to be like them. Because a lot of you are actually forgetting that Tinubu was in exile. All these criminals, all these people you have in power right now, they were all on exile a few years ago.
Majority of them were in exile.
You people daft or something. You've forgotten that all these people that you are hailing now, they were all on exile a few years ago from the previous government. Just like we are on exile now. The only difference is we want a genuine change, and we want it differently. Some of us want the compression to be broken. Some of us want referendum. Some of us want a new Nigeria. Some of us want, but it's not like back in the days where everybody wanted democracy. But those people that wanted democracy, they are there now. What are they doing with the democracy?
We can see
what are they doing?
And people are clapping for them. Deep stuff there.
And then you are now asking us to come back from diaspora, to come and do what into your law? To come and do what? To the extent that you are even wishing, you are praying, and you are hoping that things get tight for us so that we can all come back home. They play. A lot of us will never come back home, whether you like it or not. Somebody like me, I am not. I will never. If I have to go anywhere, I will go to Rwanda. If I have to go anywhere, I will go to Ghana. If I have to go anywhere, I will go elsewhere. I'll go and pitch my tent elsewhere. I don't have to come back home. And if I have to come back home, I'm not going to come back home to come and start fighting for somebody else. No, I won't. I won't fight for anybody.
Martinelli.
Everybody has to pick up something and fight for yourself. Nobody, see, you will never enjoy your victory if you have to wait for somebody else to fight for you. You have to fight for yourself.
It doesn't work that way.
That is the kind of victory that you will enjoy, and then you can bask in it and say, yes, I fought for this victory. If somebody else will fight for victory, listen, if I have to come and bleed for you, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to imprison you.
Yes.
I will make you pay for my blood.
Yes.
So don't wait for me to come and fight for you, because if I come, Mama, in fact, Tinubu said, you will wish Tinubu to come back. If you wish me, I come and fight for you. They play. Don't fight for yourself.
Let me take another one. Thank you very much. And send me well to the listeners. Okay. At least finally you let it out. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I had to. I had to.
So have a good one. So that's Martinelli. Martinelli sometimes feels like everybody says his mind, so he doesn't really have to say much, other than just to come and kind of say, oh, well done, thank you. I finally got him out of that hole, and he spitted it out. I like people who get real. Let's get real. Let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Instead of or else, it's just going to be like an echo chamber where we just kind of scream at ourselves and only listen to ourselves. Yeah, get real. The African Wahala Prince. How are you tonight?
Yes, sir. I am doing excellent, my brother. Merry Christmas. Compliments of the season.
Same to you, Baba.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, I would have loved to join the People's Parliament yesterday. but I couldn't, because it was dead in the middle of, family celebrations and stuff like that.
But it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, I mean, like, let's be real, let's get real, right? It's Christmas Day, man. You can only excuse yourself and run out of some in the middle of program to join in us. You know that. But people still manage to stay back. But of course, I mean, now you are here, Baba.
Yes, and man, shout out to our great brother Sekou from Liberia for his great expose. That man did a great job
of the session. That parliamentarian session, Sekou is the man of the moment, the man of the session. Give it to him. I have to be honest.
Yes, sir, man. Round of applause to you, my dear brother Sekou. And at the end of the day, man, you see, all of us African people, I get it. We want to build power by coming together and forming this ideology of Pan-Africanism, where, as an African person, God made you an African. So any other thing that you added to your life, if it's your religion, it's a choice. You can choose to be any religious background. If it's your political choice, yes, you can choose any political ideology as well. But what God made you as, which can never be changed, is your Africanness. So that doctrine of Pan-Africanism makes a lot of sense. But my dear brother, I'm happy you broke down your experiences in the contraption that we found ourselves in, where you came to a summary and a conclusion that the future is bleak. And we all know that, right? We know the future is bleak. Unfortunately, once again, hundreds of people lost their lives in Plateau region. I don't use states anymore because I have gotten to a mental state where not only do I deny Nigeria, I deny everything about Nigeria, including the states. I'm not going to be telling people that I'm from Ogun State. I'm from Ijebu because Ogun State to me is fake. Nothing is real about Nigeria.
Fulanis. Let me bust out that a little bit before you continue. The African Wahala, right?
Thank you.
Do you know that when these guys were drawing out this map, it's not different. When Sekou said that the colonialism that built some of these countries, okay, and the system and structures they put in them, right? They were those same ones that were sustained by those who succeeded the colonialists, okay? So the colonialists were drawing a map of Africa, creating countries, their colonial creation. Africans were divided to the point that when they created Nigeria, the people of Uthman and fodo in Chad, in Mali, in Niger, they cut them off and gave them new country, and they cut the rest of their cousins as part of Nigeria. You know what I mean? So the Fulanis did the same thing. When they started creation of states in Nigeria, what did they do? They cut brothers and sisters, indigenous people. They cut them out of their people, added them all to extra people that they have nothing in common with, and they called them states. There are Igbos in Benue State. They did not migrate there. Their land is right there in today's Benue State. And they are being forced to deny their Igbo connection. There are Yorubas in Kogi State today. Kogi, the creation of the Fulanis as well, right? So the Yorubas in Kogi are being forced to identify as a North Central. You understand? So when you go to River State, you will see the Igbos who have also been caught as part of today's River State, and they are being forced to deny their Igbo connection. This similar thing happens almost everywhere. When you go to the Sharia North, Southern Kaduna, Taraba, Nasarawa, all these areas, right? You will begin to see the indigenous people who have nothing in common with the state they created them into. But they were all deliberate. Like the colonialists created Nigeria, added Yoruba to it, and they cut our brothers in Benin, Togo, Ghana. They cut them off from the Yoruba flock. And today, the Yorubas in those places, they are identifying as minority in those countries. Same thing is happening to us in Nigeria. A lot of us, the Jebus, were caught here. The other Yorubas were caught there. They caught us here and there because Nigeria is the creation of not just the colonialists. It is sustained on the brutish, jihadist, structural mentality of the Fulanis as well. I'm sorry to get in there. I've always been looking how to let that out. I just thought I should let you know too.
I'm glad you put that out there, because
so
it was also on my
identity that you don't want to identify with anymore. I back you 100% because we are just Fulani creation. The people didn't create the state.
Point blank and period.
Go on.
Point blank period. Until the people thoroughly understand the mess that we all find ourselves in, the lies that was built as our foundations, and the fake national anthem and the national pledge that many of us recited for years, that got us indoctrinated into believing that we actually have a country. Until we can throw that away from our psyche, then, because people like me, I think I am slowly getting to that point where I am able to disconnect from anything. Listen, if anybody asks me, where are you from? I tell them I'm from a small West African village called Ijebu. Oh, what country is that in? Then I start explaining to them. You see, we are still currently trapped in a contraption called Nigeria. I'm pretty sure you know what that is. But in the future, it's going to disintegrate and many countries are going to emerge. It's not avoidable at this point. I mean, come on, man. We saw Tinubu come out with another tweet. The same way Buhari came out with tweets starting in 2015. Tinubu came out with a tweet yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry. I condemn the killings in Plateau State. I have ordered my security forces to go and protect the people of Plateau State. Anybody that believes that nonsense, right? I think you should reawaken yourself. You need to start learning not to believe these liars. These guys, their job is to destroy your lives. They are an existential threat to you. Their job is to kill you. And not only the political guys, that includes the traditional rulers, the religious rulers. We've proven that time over time. We're just talking in the comment section how the Oluwo of Iwo in Osun State.
They called himself Emir. Emir of
Iwo. A common thug in Toronto, Canada. A common criminal. A Yahoo boy. He's a Yahoo boy, just so people know. He ran away to Nigeria because that is the low-hanging fruit where he can survive. And then he became the Oluwo, and people actually respect this guy. Come on, man. Wow, how would you respect these types of unscrupulous characters that keep on showing us time after time? I'll say one more thing, because right now I'm just ranting. I have no direction in my conversation. I'll just say one more point. I saw that clown, Canary Dino, riding around in a foreign country, maybe Dubai, in a Lamborghini, and was telling Nigerians, make una go hustle. If you know hustle, poverty go kill you. You can imagine the nerves of these guys. So for someone like me, I have extreme level of bitterness and anger towards the people that have put us in this mess. And I encourage more people to get to that stage, because eventually what we are going to do with this negative energy is to destroy them and somehow, some way, try to create a future for ourselves. Thank you so much, my dear brother Mayego. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Say
sir.
well to everyone, okay? The African Wahala.
No problem, my brother.
Bless you, sir.
Yes, sir.
One, So I kind of love the people around me.
Hey, Mayego.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year, happy Merry Christmas,
Yeah, it can be both. Well, first, Merry Christmas, then Happy New Year's also in advance. How are you, sir?
How about the Jometa? Oga. Àwọn tèmi ńkọ́.
Well, we thank God to our bell. Bawoni.
I know I'm afraid join the parliament, but ohun mi ò tẹ̀ dá rárá. My voice was so. Òtútù yẹn ti kó sọ́nà fún.
Oh, bless you. I think it's better. It sound better now, right?
Mo ní àtẹ̀tẹ̀ kìí ṣe pé wọ́n yẹ kó fẹ́ kó òtútù ràn mí. Wọ́n yà tètè tákùlẹ̀.
I'm glad that kò ràn yín dẹ̀, right? Nice one.
No, no.
So yeah, anyway, how are you?
Àbí ó ti sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà. So tẹ̀lé táwọn Igbo tó show yẹn, that Igbo something that you are. I'm so happy for the Igbos that are even going back home. I'm happy. Now, if all of them can even go and set up their own state individual and start giving loans to their people, I want to see what those àwọn Babaku, I want to see what they will now do.
I will not what
They are
you
now
want.
saying
And you showed
the Igbos are showing off. That's why nobody want to like them. Say no. Stop using nobody want to like them. You jobless miscreant in Lagos. Jealous of them. Just
exactly.
say you. And we want to see more of that video, by the way. I'm going to see more.
Me, I want to see. Me, I want to see more. Me, I want to see more. That the one you even showed that people were lining up in a Tinubu's house, Abi.
Baba,
the one you showed now.
You want to see that again? Make I show you, Abi. Look on your screen. Look on.
It reminds me.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
When, yeah, it reminds me when the senior Saraki in those days. Saraki. That's how people were lining up in GRA because I was in secondary school at that time. That's how people would line up early morning. They're already there, going to beg for money, for food.
Or money.
It will be given that 10 naira, 15 naira at that time. It will be hand over to them. Early morning. Now we are this one is even worse. And yet the Yorubas, some Yorubas don't even wake up that the country is gone already. That they are turning the Yoruba to Alimajeri. And all of them are still saying, Miloko, things go to better. Thank God me, I'm get out of that place. It's only my mother and my brother that are still there. I will try my best to make sure they are okay. Because things are not going to get better. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò tí ì lọ́dún kan wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní o kò tí ì lọ́dún kan tọ́ba ń gbọ́ ṣége banza òun ni ló máa 2024 everybody máa mẹ́ra.
wọ́n tẹ̀sí sọ pé ńgbà tí àwọn tó ń tó ogun Nàìjíríà oṣoògùn Nàìjíríà mọ̀ so ṣége mẹ́rin.
No ṣoògùn ẹ̀bọ̀n náà ti fẹ́ ṣoògùn ẹ̀bọ̀n náà ti fẹ́ ṣoògùn.
2 times 7 you use twice 2 a day 7 days a week. Ṣége mẹ́rin.
Tàbí òun náà kọ́ tó sọ pé àwọn pharmaceutical company wọ́n ti fold up ní out of 40,000. Ọmọ yìí company tó left ní a few months ago ni.
Jesus.
Ọmọ yìí company tó kúrò ni. And we are saying that says the country, Tinubu is coming to do what? Mo kàn ń wo gbogbo àwọn kọ́lọ́n dáríjì mà àwọn tó pera wọn ní pásítọ̀ àti àwọn dáadé jí òwèrè takọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tó yẹ kán dáná sun gbogbo wọn pátápátá látòkè délẹ̀ kán dáná sun gbogbo wọn. Èyí tí bí ẹni kan máa gbọ́ let us pray for our leader. Pray for Nàìjíríà. Mo kàn ń wò pé ó dà pé bàbá ẹ̀ ti wá ya wèrè pátápátá. Ó ti wá. Europe ta wà tí wọ́n ń gbàdúrà fún kẹ́kọ́nọ́mì wọn bẹ́tà ni. To be policy not put in place. Oh, Mayegun, just keep on. I love what you are doing. Just keep it up, please. We'll continue to enlighten people. We'll continue until everybody eyes open. Then whatever everybody wants to do at that time, it's not left for everybody.
Say you get, Baba.
Oh, Mayegun.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Get it to your family. Good night.
And to yours too. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
I am happy. Somebody said that I am looking good. Thank you for saying that. Oh, I saw your comments because you saw me in the last 1 week when that flu wanted to finish me. I was fighting it. Sometimes I will be running a race to see how I'm going to catch my eyeball. It's like my eyeball is like trying to run away from one another, like that of So now that is filling up, Abi. Thank you for acknowledging that. You have no idea, right? Thank you. Now, I have another caller on the line here. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mayego.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Mayego General.
Yes, sir.
I'm fine. Yeah. I love everything you are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, like the situation in Nigeria, I think the second person that spoke before now, was talking about the people in Nigeria want the diaspora people to come and fight for them.
Yes, Martinelli. Those who are in Nigeria waiting for us to come and fight for them.
Because I feel they've not suffered enough. That's why. Because they still have people they call you now. I'm sorry, I've not eaten today. I need money. Mayego will say that maybe £5. Maybe you said that £5. But
I'm with you, please.
Yeah, maybe you said the 5 power, maybe you said the 10 power, which you, if you change that Nigeria money, go big for them now, they will do something.
Some money.
By the time Nigeria, living in diaspora, stop sending them money, why you stop sending them money?
Are you with us or you are being distracted there?
Yeah,
Because you are the one talking, so I am just here to listen.
Yeah.
Go on, please.
Yeah, if the people in diaspora stop sending them money, then they will not feel that suffer. They will not be able to fight for that. So just like a month, everybody in diaspora stop sending money to Nigeria.
Should stop subsidizing
that time. Yeah, that time they will start to fight for themselves. I think that would be very good.
Already cutting down. Have you not noticed the level at which the economy just took another downturn? It's like people are no longer like putting so much money in, like for example, in their projects in Nigeria anymore like before. People are not really like putting in too much money there anymore like before. And the economy is taking the hit for it as well. I'm thinking that because it's getting worse. And it shows that people are not really putting money in inside that place per se. People are only sending money for house rent, school fees. So those who want to pay hospital bill and all those like little money that they send to cover all those. People are not making major investment in that place anymore because nobody wants to risk it.
Yeah.
And we can tell.
That is it. That is it. By the time they cut all these things, they will feel it and they will be able to stand and fight those people that hold their future. That's why people never hold their future. It's the politicians there that hold their future. The pastors, the imam, these religious leaders, they hold these things. Look at in my village. In my village, the church said the trees in the village that witches are living in those trees. And they start cutting trees down.
Wow.
Huh? Start cutting all the old trees down. Thanks, Mario, for today.
Well, thank you so much,
privilege.
I know. It is not all hope lost. You see, when people say we just talk here, I don't completely agree. You see, there are reactions that are happening out there. All this information, right? People are picking on them. We are seeing them. One of these is when you saw that people stood their ground against this establishment at the time. Information coming from all these places are actually being used by the young people these days. Look at what just happened in this Igbo homecoming and all of that, right? They took it upon themselves to publicize it. Igbos go home every now and then. But for the first time, to prove to the whole world that, listen, that we are not kind of showcasing everything, doesn't mean that all your narrative about Igbo land is true. But you know something, this time around, we will show to you that all those narratives can change. Thanks to the same social media that has been able to encourage people to do something. So yeah, I appreciate your time with me tonight, sir. Okay, and thank you very much. Okay, you have a wonderful evening. I'll take one more call. I know our time is almost up, by the way, so I'll take one more call and we can call it a night. Maybe one or two, but one more call. Hello there, the Prince JJ Man, representing IPOP for life. Now, Prince, tell me something. Did you watch that Igbo homecoming?
Yes, so
that's my first question. The second question is that have you seen a lot of them already before tonight? Enough?
Yes, yes, Mayego.
You have seen some of those, really... Abi. Then my third question.
Yes, people are going back home.
My questions are supposed to be yes or no. I have my reasons, okay? So my third question, Baba, right, is this. How do you feel about the whole thing, personally?
Baba, in fact, it's good you ask the question, but you see, there's when they ask a Calabar person, say one press person went to Calabar, and I meet somebody was asking him, "Do you people eat?" They said that you people eat a dog. Is it true? You understand? He didn't answer him that question. What the person did was to take one dog close by him and kiss the dog so much. After kissing the dog and put down, that's the answer of the question. You understand? So I'm extra happy, Baba. I'm not gonna tell you a lie, because what I need is Biafra. You know me now. It's not whether we are they sleep, wake up, or they go on the road. Is Biafra.
That's right.
You dey kill me na Biafra.
That's right.
You know, is what I want. So
now
when
let's
I
go
see
into
our
why
people,
you call in tonight then, because I was looking for somebody to ask that question. Somebody who has invested enough time and what have you in propagating the importance and of the Biafran struggle, the Biafran people, as well as the Biafra land, to change the narrative of what these paid merchants are spreading about the Igbos and the Igbo land. So for somebody who have spent their time and energy to tell the story as it should be, but somehow, now you could see the reactions of the young people who demystified that sort of narrative. And you are watching all of that, we're like, oh my God, is that happened? Does that mean that people don't give a damn about all the negative things they heard anymore? Now they're actually going to do something? That should feel different. And I felt like I was going to ask somebody, and I'm glad you called in tonight. So let's go into why you call in tonight. Prince Jejeman, please.
Yes, Baba. Thank you very much. You know, everything about the Eastern Nigeria is the Biafra land is propaganda and blackmailing. You understand? When you look at the statistics of insecurity in Nigeria, they with all their blackmailing and propaganda against the region of eastern region of Nigeria. If you look at the statistics, the southeast, I mean the eastern Nigeria is still lowest.
It is still the safest in Nigeria. You are not lying.
Crime,
that's a fact.
The safest place to be. You understand? So our people are beginning to understand that is these are all these things are propaganda. You understand? Just to cut us off from the activity and the development, you know, in Nigeria. That's the essence of that. To make people to be afraid, but because we have a big market. Aba have a very big market. Onitsha have an international market that people from not just Nigeria, all over Africa do come to buy things. Do you understand? So all this artificial insecurity or non-government that you see them are propagating is to make sure that they create fear in the mind of people, so that everything about development, about progress in business, everything will go down, so that the region will go down completely. They have succeeded in removing the track of the rail, the old one that the colonial masters, the white people, when they were in Nigeria,
they've removed all of that, or refused to repair them.
The one that goes to Enugu, they remove the coach and the rail on the ground. Mayegu, this is how bad Nigeria, propaganda or gang up against the Biafran region. But being God, to God be the glory. Still, we are progressing. We are moving, meeting, going all throughout Nigeria, and also planting our businesses in different places. Mayegu, in fact, our people are realizing and our people are coming back. In agriculture, our people are there now. You know, in animal farming, even this one that Fulani are carrying their cow, we are into animal farming too now. You know, so that when finally our referendum comes, we will not lack nothing. We will lack nothing. Do you understand? Secondly, Baba, why I called in, you see this thing happening in Plateau. The earth is rotating. That's why they say what goes round comes around. Thank God that Gowon is still alive. He is the architect of insecurity in Nigeria, Gowon. Because what they went to Ghana, Aburi Accord with Ojukwu, is to make sure that there is a restructuring in Nigeria, so that each region we maintain whatever they have, and the security will be grassroots. Do you know, Mayegu, if security is grassroots today in Nigeria, every region will be secured.
Yes.
Even Boko Haram will disappear. ISWAP will disappear. Because when the security is localized every region knows themselves to their family. Do you understand? And these politicians, they know all these things.
They do.
You know, but everybody have their own agenda. And look at how people are dying. Gowon, he's alive now. He's seen what the civil war that he carried Nigeria into. I know Fulani, in extension, deceive him into that war, but he's not a child. He's educated, like Ojukwu. You understand? But he bought into that because he have his own selfish agenda. Biafrans lost over 10 million people, but they told us it's 5 million. That's why, because in Nigeria, if they tell you 10 people die, that means 10,000 have died. Do you understand? Now he's alive. His people are being eaten alive by Fulani.
And it's like they can't do anything. That's the sad one. See, when at least see, look at something. Life was good then. Yes. When they came for the Biafrans said they would defend themselves, and they defended themselves. That lasted for 3 years, right? Today, even the Middlebelt and so anybody in Nigeria against the Fulani terrorists, you are not allowed to defend yourself. It's like they are tying the hands of people to the back. They want them to stop crying and stop screaming. You are tying their hands to the back, and you give a gun to terrorists to shoot at them and see how many of them will survive. That is what the situation is in Nigeria now. Military can protect you, but you cannot defend yourself, or you may be killed by the military.
Have you forgotten, Mayegu, when the Inspector General of Police told everybody, to the extent of even commanding the hunters
to give up their guns,
their den gun, the gun that they use in hunting animal in the bush. They told everybody, including even if they see knife, that was a time they seized a container of knife. They say that knife is what they want to use. Knife that people are using to cook in their kitchen. They confiscated that knife. You understand? It's because that knife, they believe that the southern people will have it. Only knife. They say submit every of your gun. And they left the Fulanis. They were planting them during COVID. Dangote was using his truck to
move them all over Nigeria. There were evidence now.
They were killing people in the south for movement, but the Dangote truck was moving freely in their thousands, distributing terrorists all over Nigeria. Dangote is inside the agenda of the Fulanization. You understand? So with all these things, Nigerians have to wake up. Thank God Gowon is alive and seeing what is happening. May the soul of the people, innocent people that die, because some people most of them that die now is a new generation. They were not around during the time of Civil War.
Exactly.
Yeah, they wasn't around now. So now, but Gowon is around and he cannot say anything because he have oil well. He have oil well in Biafra land. Gowon, he cannot talk. You understand? Because if he talk, then his oil well, they will expose it. So is Danjuma. Since he told us that the army of Nigeria is colluding with the terrorists. Since that time they warned him, he went inside because he have oil well in the east. But as they keep on keeping quiet, their people will keep on destroying their people. Fulani will completely clear them. Yeah, if they don't
my own fear now is that at least under Buhari, the Yorubas, the Yorubas, okay, we managed to put together a security outfit, Amotekun, against all odds.
Beautiful.
We know the politics behind it. Amotekun cannot carry weapon. But today, our people, when things became worse, they had to rely on this Amotekun as well. And they have been doing their own bit. We have to give it to them. They are not allowed to carry sophisticated weapons. Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria now. Those of you that I told you that they said Yoruba Lokon doesn't mean that they are talking about you Yorubas. They are only talking about themselves and what they want to get. A Yoruba man should be able to authorize the Amotekun to carry AK-47, AK-49 machine guns and patrol the Yoruba. That's why you will believe that Tinubu is not part of this whole scheme. But Sekou told us last night
the likes of Tifnubu don't represent Yorubas. A Sierra Leonean even acknowledges that, right? He said Tifnubu represent the weakest Yorubas that only needed money and power. Once they give it to them, their people can be slaughtered. As Yorubas who are watching me tonight, okay, under Buhari, Yorubas were able to put together a vigilante group called Amotekun. The people of Middlebelt were disarmed. They were not allowed to put together any security to defend themselves. The Yorubas that put together Amotekun, we were not allowed to carry weapons to defend ourselves against the terrorists. A Yoruba man is your president now. Maybe you should begin to ask and begin to kind of question what Tifnubu and gang told you. Because the terrorists, they are coming to the village next to you. So, Prince Gentleman, I mentioned this because we're all talking about disarming those who try to stand up. But I just want to remind everybody that Amotekun is not just any group. It was established by law in Yoruba land. But we all know the limitation. Are we all going to agree that if Numbu is part of it, if Amotekun can still not carry real weapons? Continue, the prince.
Mayegu, what I want our people to know, especially my Yoruba brothers, I want them to know is that Tulumbu is not standing for Yorubas.
100%.
He has signed Yorubas away. A lot of things that he has signed away is including Yoruba security. Are you getting me?
Yes, now.
Because Fulani, since Tinubu came, have he made any comment concerning all the Fulanis that are in the forest of Yoruba land?
No.
Have he made comments about the Yorubas that are still refugees in Benin Republic?
No.
Have he made any comment about that?
No.
No. Since he came into power, have he made any comment concerning restructuring of Nigeria?
No. State police, restructuring, new constitution, all those fancy words they used to say. He will never touch them again.
If he have interest of Yorubas at heart, Yorubas, all this is that I'm telling you, Mayegu, he will talk about them.
He won't.
Because
he didn't mean them, like you said.
He just holding powers for Fulanis. You understand? It's part of his signature that anything that Fulani does, since he entered, Fulani has been kidnapping. Anything that Fulani does, he must cover them. It's part of the signature he signed for them that they must be covered. They must not be locked up in any police station in Nigeria. You understand? Go to any cell if you see them since he has entered the power. That is how I'm telling you that he's just there holding this power for them.
Time is already telling. Everybody is seeing it now. Of course, the people of Middlebelt who are helping us to hold the terrorists, I don't know how long they can hold them this time around before they would then flux into the Oyo Empire, the Yoruba kingdoms, and here and there, and we can back to the sing-song again. Fulani terrorists are back. Unfortunately, they are.
Mayegu, my brother. You see what I will say is this. This Omoteku is either they convert them into non-state actors. Are you getting me? Because as long as they remain under their own power, they will not allow them. They will be toothless bulldogs.
They will be.
You understand? Because you see, the Minister of Defense, one time, you see the NSA, he said that why will terrorists come and you people will be running? That people should defend themselves. You understand me? This is the first somebody who are at the top of security. He told Nigerians, I've forgotten his name. He told Nigerians.
That is his name. He's a Minister of Defense. That's his name, Magashi. He's a former military officer too. He said, why were Nigerians running away? That was their Minister of Defense. He was asking Nigerians, why are you running away? Stand there and fight them. Defend yourself. With what, Prince?
We can't defend them with ordinary hands. Somebody carrying AK-47, you defend them with ordinary hand or
carrying stick and stone and knife to go and fight person. People with carry AK-47.
No, we must have something more than AK-47.
See, Prince Jejeman, thank you very much for the, as usual, okay?
Thank you, Baba.
I
God bless
appreciate
you.
this. And then
we
are going to be calling it tonight soon. Yes.
Good night,
Good
God
night
bless
too.
you.
And you too. My regards to the missus. So that's Prince Jejeman who has wrapped it up there for all of us. So I want to say thank you to every one of us who has been part of this conversation again tonight. Our condolences still goes to those who have become the victims of this latest terrorism. But I mean, you know, within all these stories of anguish, disappointment, and all that, terrorism, right? Also lies the truth that everybody should remember why this happened and why it's going to continue to happen. So until everybody knows that if nothing is really done, if this contraption is not really brought down, right? It's just a matter of time before we all become victims too. And it doesn't seem to be going to be a long time before we become victims. Especially when this whole killing is pretty much like a state coordinated. The government of Nigeria is also shielding the criminals, the terrorists. Some part of Nigeria have become ungoverned areas. Areas where the Nigerians who are there are on their own, existing in this current contraption that they said cannot, the unity cannot be negotiated. Nigeria is a fictional existence. Nigerians are trapped in what's supposed to be their own country. The criminals who have hijacked their country, the state capture criminals who have done this, they give no damn about any of you. Maybe until you actually know that they don't give a damn about you, then you stop giving a damn about them. And giving a damn, I mean, you stop giving a damn about the consequences that is your fear. But before you become the next victim, the ideal thing is to understand what just happened to these recent victims and see if you think it can happen to you or it shouldn't happen to you. If it shouldn't, then you probably have to change the way you kind of see it and then handle it now. Somebody said that we are not coming back to come and fight for anybody. That's the fact. Nobody is coming back to fight for anybody. If you cannot, by the virtue of what you are feeling, the direct impact that this has on you before you become a flawed victim, if you are not angry enough to want something better, I don't think anybody's coming back to Nigeria will make any difference, okay? But it will make a big and huge difference if you choose to do something different from what you've always been doing. Don't listen, share, and see me here some other time. So thank you very much to those who are still here. You can still like the broadcast, like it, share it, and even subscribe to my channel as well. I am going to see you some other time. Until then, stay safe and may Nigeria not happen to you, any of us.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.